Tonight, our party is going to face the perils of an unholy cult and hopefully reap an incredible reward if they survive. Tonight, we're playing Sanctum of the Elephant God, a level 3 Shadowdark adventure. Should be a great one shot. It's little dungeon crawl. So stick around. We're going to play Shadowdark tonight. Hey everyone, welcome to Victory Condition Gaming. My name is Doug. I am streaming live from my retirement home, according to my party, based on what's in back of me. But I'm not in my typical studio. I'm in my studio, still in disarray. So excuse the mess behind me, but I'm really excited to stream Shadowdark for this party that we have tonight. If you are not familiar with Shadowdark, it won all sorts of Ennies this year. It won, I think, 4 gold Ennies for Product of the Year, Game of the Year, all sorts of different things. If you haven't already checked it out, check it out in the link in the description of this video. It's put out by Arcane Library, designed by Chelsea Dion. And yeah, she's just an amazing designer and great product, a lot of fun. If you love like old school D&D, it's going to have some of that. It's got some new school mechanics, but if you want to play something that's a little new school, a little old school, jive together, check out Shadowdark. Basically, it's like a dungeon crawl fantasy RPG where everything is in the dark and you're using torches in real time, and the torches burn over the course of an hour in real time, and you'll see that on the screen as we play. You'll see a torch, and once an hour goes by, it's going to die out. And as long as our party has another one to light, they'll have a light source. All the creatures in this setting also have night vision, so they can see our crew, our party, but our party can't necessarily see them unless those bad things step into the light. So yeah, kind of a neat setting, especially if you like kind of dark fantasy. It's definitely worthy of all the awards that it's gotten this year so far, and I'm sure it'll get many more here before it's all said and done. That being said, let's bring on our party. And if you like Shadowdark, hit the like button down below. If you haven't already hit subscribe, please hit that subscribe button. Love to showcase all sorts of RPGs and creators, and just all sorts of tabletop games here on the show. So with that being said, let's bring on our crew. Hey y'all! Thanks so much for joining me tonight, and we're gonna play some Shadowdark. Anybody? Mish. We've got Mark. We've got Janet from, what is it, Troll and Kobold, aka Dirty Woods. Are we rebranding? Are we in the process of a rebrand? Is that what's going on?
That is.
Nice.
We're in that middle ground where we're kind of both, but starting first of the year, we'll be going towards Troll and Kobold more. But yes,
very cool. You've probably seen Mark and Janet at GameholeCon. You've seen them in Origins. You've probably seen them running around Gen Con as well, since they're from that area, and just awesome, making awesome wooden dice accessories and nerdy stuff, I guess, is probably what I would say. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Great.
Accurate. Oh, thanks, Mish.
Yeah. We've got Jason down here, aka Hexter. Jason's all over the place, mostly on the show a lot, and you see him
everywhere,
all over,
doing all of the things.
Over Discord. Thank you so much again for coming on and being a part of this session. And then, of course, we've got Mish coming on and playing Shadowdark. Mish, you picked Shadowdark up. When did you pick up Shadowdark?
I ended up getting it at Gen Con.
At Gen Con, yeah. You got one of those early copies.
The first time I heard about Shadowdark was on your stream when you called it in January as the RPG of the year.
Yeah, I did.
He sure did.
It's really, I mean, like I said, if you love old school D&D, but you kind of want something a little more current, I guess that's how I would say it. How would you say it, Jason? Is that kind of like old school D&D with some new school twist to it?
For sure, it's old school D&D, but what they did is they took the spirit of old school D&D and updated some of the rules to make them more modern. So yeah, it's basically, it's well, like here's the book.
Yeah,
it's this thick. It's this large. This is as big as the
Yeah.
whole book is. That's the
It's-
whole
it's a
rule
great-
set. That's everything. GM section, player section, everything.
And I will
And that's
tell
my cat.
everyone that if you are interested in this game, Chelsea did put out a free quick start for GMs and players, and it's like you can play, I think, up to like level 3 or 5. I can't remember how many levels you can play with just the quick. But there's a full game just in that free quick start, and you just download it and play it for free. And then if you love it, go buy the actual book. And I'll tell you right now, Kelsey's having a hard time keeping it in stock. I think this is her 3rd printing, I think, so far, or 4th printing.
Yeah, third printing's
and
coming out shortly. Yeah, and it's all actually a lot of game stores have already gobbled up a lot of it, so it's going to be tough to get a copy, like just single shot.
Yeah, and right now, if you go on our website and pre-order it, you're not going to get it until February, but you'll get the PDF immediately as of this recording. So definitely go check it out. And yeah, it's really an awesome book, and I'm super excited for Kelsey's success with this game. So with that being said, let's start Shadowdark. I want to thank everyone for joining us. Let's see, I got a new fancy background. You guys want to see this fancy background? Look at this. Oh, but Mark's in the GM spot. We need to switch Mark out a little bit. There we go. All right.
That was news
So
to
with
me.
that being said, let's start this adventure. We're playing Sanctum of the Elephant God. I purposely left my players in the dark until just now as to what adventure we're playing. Notice how I said left them in the
See
dark?
what you did
Because-
there, yes.
See what I did there?
But
Very good.
Yeah. See? So we're going to be playing Sanctum of the Elephant God. We're going to basically, you are a party that's been assigned or tasked to retrieve the Jewel of Alakala. You know that it resides somewhere in this dark domain. There's cultists. There's also they're down there. They're murmuring prayers, and there's all sorts of riches and everything. And then you know that there's a rumor that says that the overlord, once the overlord has paid them a fortune in exchange for their wicked sorcery, that there's a rumor that says that the overlord has paid them a fortune in exchange for their wicked sorcery, and now the jewel of Akala glitters in their coffers, and it's a prize too tempting to ignore. And you know of this jewel of Akala as this bright, brilliant, egg-shaped sapphire of indigo blue, worth approximately 1,000 gold pieces. And it is definitely the crown. It is the jewel and a symbol of the crown, and it grants the wielder the title of overlord. And you know that anybody that uses it illicitly would be hunted down and killed because they were abusing the power. But you want it, and you want to bring this back out of this sanctum that it's in. So, with that being said, the 5 of you have been summoned to go get this jewel. I'm going to have you introduce your characters, and we'll have you start to descend the steps. Is there 4 of you? Did I say 5 of you? I said 4 of you. Sorry, 4 of you.
it's okay. We know you're in the rest home, Grandpa.
You have to forgive me. There's 4 of you. Well, I'll have you introduce your characters, and you can tell me what you look like, and we'll go from there. Mark, I'll let you go first. You want to tell folks a little bit about your character?
Absolutely. I am playing Joran Steelbeard. I apologize for my webcam. It goes in and out of focus. But Joran Steelbeard, a dwarven ranger, carries a spear and a shield, likes to hide sometimes, likes to be up front sometimes, good with herbs. For those of you who don't know, the ranger class is actually an official class but it's the PDF is on the Discord server along with the Bard class, which is super cool. If you haven't checked out the Arcane Library Discord, do so. Anyway, Joran Steelbeard is from the wilds, but still loves his home and hearth and his beer and bread and meat and cheese, and likes hanging out with halflings, spend some time with Bree, to discuss the finer intricacies of yummy cheese.
How did you get involved with this party? How did you meet the other two? I'm assuming that you and Bree probably have known each other for a little while longer than the rest of the party.
Oh, I'm sure there was definitely an underground cheese black market involved, where Bree and I had met in the dark recesses of a town looking for some black market cheese that's hard to find.
All right. Bree, do you want to tell us a little bit more about your character?
Yeah, so I'm a halfling, Bree, Fleetfoot, but a lot of people call me Cheddar because when we're working out deals on finer cheeses or wines that I can smuggle for you, I always like to say, show me the cheddar. And I think it's funny every time. So I'm known in the underground recesses of the cheese world as Cheddar. And I was exiled from my hometown because for some reason cheese and wine just kept disappearing from various noble homes.
Interesting. All right. So High Rock, is that how you pronounce it, Jason?
It is
High
indeed how it's pronounced, yes.
All right. Let's introduce High Rock to to the party.
High Rock is like totally a wizard, dude. He's from the Church of St. Tyragnis. He was totally sent here to find this cult, mostly because he doesn't like the idea of a cult popping up. It's all sorceress and stuff. St. Tyragnis doesn't take a very good view of that sort of thing. So they sent me out here totally to try and figure out what's going on and maybe recover this jewel at the same time. So I found these bunch of ne'er-do-wells just hanging out, ready to hang out and go in the dungeon, and decided to attach myself to them.
Cool. So we've got a wizard, a thief. What do we say? It was a
Ranger.
A ranger. So we kind of need a tank for this group. I feel like we need a tank. So I think Rizzo, why don't you introduce yourself and tell folks about this tank character that's gonna take all the massive damage for this party.
Take all the massive damage, he says. Okay. Let's hope not. My name is Rizzo Nibs. I am a very tiny goblin, but I am a fighter. I am also currently wanted for an unknown crime that may or may not be disclosed during the adventure. And apparently people call me the tank.
All right.
Because I'm here to murk fools. What?
Since you're a tank, do you have like a specialized weapon that you use?
Yes, I do. I have a mace.
What is it? You have a mace? Do you have a name for this mace?
Let me get back to you on that.
All right. So leading up to this, I just wanted to show everybody what kind of tank you have in this party. Michelle sent her character sheet over to me in advance, so I was able to basically meld and form a visual picture of this tank for you all. And with the first name of Rizzo, this is definitely, so remember, he's green, small, has a mace, I think before you said he has leather armor, right?
I do have some leather armor.
And the funny thing is, I think this tank also likes cheese, so boom, right there. That's your tank. Rizzo's gonna come and just clean house in this.
I hate you so much, Doug.
This is the tank I would follow into the dark.
So here we go. Everybody get ready for this tank that
this should be
interesting. Yeah. You're welcome. All right. So as you start to descend these steps, one of you has to light a torch to descend into this underground sanctum.
I will.
Okay.
You're going to? All right.
Allow me.
All right. So we're going to light a torch, and we're going to hear it on our screen here. I think that's. So you now are descending into this stairway and down these steps. And as you descend the steps, you can kind of feel the darkness seems to be a little more engulfing than it should be. The light doesn't seem to shine as far as it probably should. Even though you're only about halfway down the steps, it seems like the light above you just is getting darker and darker. And you eventually make your way down the steps into this. I guess we can call it probably a dungeon. Might as well call it a dungeon, right? And this dark domain,
Sanctum.
and it has some low ceiling. The walls are made of like this black reflective slate, and to the sides of you, as you descend these steps, there are two glistening mud statues. They are the size of elephants, and they kneel beside the bottom of the stairs with their trunks raised. And you can also sense something in the air. It's very thick and spicy. Can everybody give me a constitution check?
Oh.
You got a 2? You got a 1? You got a 3?
19.
19. Okay, yeah. So most of you, all except for Joran seems to be made of sterner stuff. All kind of get this waft of this like incense, and it just kind of confuses you, kind of like overwhelms you. You can kind of feel it, like it's kind of like burn your eyes a little bit as it kind of invades your nostrils and kind of just overwhelms your senses.
Smells like a horrible whiskey. I love it.
I hate incense. Ugh.
Do you want us to
I'm going to examine these statues.
You want to examine the statue? Sure.
I'm wondering why they're glistening.
They are made of mud and
soft mud.
Yeah, they're made of like the softest mud. They're kind of hard, but they still kind of it wouldn't take too much to kind of make a dent in them if you really wanted to. You also kind of look at the chest of one of them, and inside one of the chests, you see peeking out this red, shiny part.
I will take out a dagger and attempt to pry it free.
Yeah, you take the dagger and kind of dig around the edges of it. Goes in a little further and a little further, and you pop out this ruby that is probably worth about 120 gold pieces.
I will take a look
pocket
at the
that
other elephant while he's doing that.
That pays different.
Yeah, you also find another glistening red section on the front of the chest of the elephant.
I also use my dagger, try and dig through it.
Okay. You also pull out a fairly large ruby that's worth about 120 gold pieces.
Joran would like to spend a little time tracking the area to see if he can get a sense of, who's the denizens of this sanctum, to see if I can footprints and whatnot.
You see some footprints that lead from the bottom of the steps. They seem to go straight. You can kind of see some footprints that have walked around the elephant statues, but most of the traffic seems to go. You go down the stairs and just goes straight.
All human footprints, though?
And it looks like it's mostly all human footprints from what you can tell.
Okay.
Is our torchlight being limited like you said it was when we were coming down the stairs? Like it's not going as far as it should?
Yeah, it's definitely, you can only kind of see, around where your party is.
Okay.
You probably see about what's a good 20 feet around you.
Okay, yeah, that's shorter than a torch normally goes. So yeah, there's something interfering with our with our light. That's weird.
I would like to go up to one of the elephant statues and smash it with Gouda.
With
Gouda
Gouda,
is the name of my
Gouda
mace.
the mace.
Gouda your mace. Okay, yeah.
Like every
Give
time
me,
she hits him
give
with it, she
me.
goes, "It's a Gouda."
Listen, it's a Gouda mace.
Oh my god!
And
Give me a roll? Can you give me a roll for that, Mish?
I can't.
Make that
Yeah.
roll a Gouda.
We'll say it's a difficulty of DC of 12.
2. We're gonna use different dice.
Okay. Yeah, you take your mace and you kind of just like hit it side you hit it side the elephant head, and the mace kind of just sticks into the mud because it's got sharp tines, sharp points in it, and it just kind of you swing it as hard as you can. It's fairly set, but not all the way. That's why it's kind of like glistening on the surface. But yeah, you put a big hole in it, but it also sticks. Your mace sticks into it.
All right. Useless.
It is a life-size elephant
It is a
statue made of mud.
Does the
It's
incense
life-size?
smell feel like it's coming from the elephant or it's coming from ahead of us? Like that.
Give me some sort of roll for that. Is there like a intelligence roll?
I'm not sure that's mud.
Ew.
14.
Ew.
14. Yeah, you kind of notice that it's not coming from in front of you. It seems to be coming from behind the steps.
I investigate.
As you walked around the steps and around you walk around the elephants and the elephant statues, and you can kind of see every so often there's like seams in the wall from the black slate, and it seems the smoke seems and incense seems to seep through the seams and the cracks of the walls.
All right, so I'd like to kind of search that wall to see if there's anything hidden in there or if any of these seams are part of a door.
No, it doesn't seem. It seems to just be a solid wall to be on for the most part.
Let me know if you want me to smash it, Cheddar.
That's very tempting, actually. But we should probably not alert the cultists yet that we're here. So,
Oh,
you
the
guys want to?
footprints go this way. I feel like we should just follow the footprints because that's where everything is. Let's just keep going.
The footprints take you straight. You can see that they, as Rizzo has their torch and she's following. Did you bother to take the mace out of the statue, or are you just going to leave it in the side of the elephant statue? By the way, I'm just kind of curious.
Of course, I took it. That's my Gouda. It's my Gouda mace. I can't leave it behind.
I apologize to anybody that is watching this right now. That's a Gouda mace, right?
Yes.
Yikes. All right. So yeah, you notice that the tracks lead down a small hallway, and once you go down the hallway just a little bit, it kind of puts you at a three-way intersection. You can go left, you can go right, you can go straight. It's up to you as to where you want to go.
We can't see anything down either of the hallways to indicate a path.
No, they all seem to be kind of just they go down, into darkness.
I check tracks and see where the most foot traffic is going. Would you like me to roll tracking?
Sure, yeah. Why don't you roll that for me?
Oh, nat 20.
Nat 20. Yeah. You seem to notice that most of the tracks go left. There are some tracks that go right, and very few tracks that go forward.
Hmm.
Path less traveled or the path most traveled?
I vote for less traveled.
Yeah, as a wanted bandit, I'm not really up for going where everybody's at. So if we could go the less traveled route.
Yeah, if Feta, we go this way.
So which direction are you
This
going?
way?
You said straight was the least amount of tracks.
Straight has the least. Yeah, it has the least amount.
Let's give it a go.
Okay.
Come on, Rizzo. Let's do this.
All right.
I just want to say,
Yeah.
as they move forward, I'm going to work on being sneaky just at the end of our torchlight at the back.
Okay. Yeah, you proceed down this hallway. It goes quite a ways, and then it seems to take another sharp left. And then then there's a set of stairs that go down. As to what you want to do at that point.
That's not ominous at all. Down, down, down we go.
I will be the first one to head down the stairs.
You're gonna go down the stairs?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right on Rizzo's shoulder.
That's going to be awkward. She's very
Well,
short.
Not standing on, but
I am very, very short.
right.
Yeah. Very, very small.
I guess I will be third in line since I can't see Bree right now because she's vanished.
All right. Rizzo? Are you just going down these steps like you just going right down into this sanctum where or this room that.
I will hold the torch out to the edges around the entryway to the steps just to make sure that I don't see any like booby traps or anything before I start down the stairs.
All right. Can you give me some sort of roll for that?
I can.
All
With
right.
a brand new die. Let's see. What am I rolling? 7.
Yeah, you proceed down the steps, and as you hit the last step on the stairs, you hear this click, and like the walls kind of like part just slightly, and all of a sudden you hear this little like, and you notice that. Oh yeah. I've got some ambiance music
mood
for us all
music.
too as well. Yeah, exactly. You notice that there are some scorpions that are starting to proceed out of this wall, and let's see how many, because that's always fun, right?
absolutely.
It's a good thing I got a Gouda mace.
There are 7 of these scorpions that kind of start surging out of this crack in the wall.
Scorpions
I'm
or
like-
like scorpions?
Yeah, they're scorpions. They're they're good size. At
So
this
to
point,
you, they're scorpions, and to me, they're scorpions.
Right. So yeah, everybody roll some. Let's roll initiative. So everybody rolls a d20 plus their Dex modifier, and we'll.
Bold of you to
Do
assume I
some-
have a Dex modifier.
Right.
Yeah.
19.
19,
15.
awesome.
12.
All right.
4. Sand.
What'd you get, Jason?
4.
4.
Big fat 4.
So yeah, who goes first? Does Jordan go first, or who had the highest one? I'm sorry, I was rolling for my 19. Okay, Cheddar, you go first.
All right, I'm going to backstab at whatever one is the closest towards the front of the party with my
Okay.
bow.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Awesome. You hit.
Start off.
Oh, shoot. 4, 6, 7, 9 damage.
Awesome. Yeah, you just totally you just squash it, and and you hear a little crack, and then all the guts from inside it just kind of splurts out all over the wall.
That's right.
Who's next?
They melted like good mozzarella.
Jordan, you're next.
I am going to stab one with my spear.
All right.
22.
Yeah, that hits.
Lord.
He has a good roll. Starting off
Rizzo,
strong.
take notes.
For a whole 3 damage.
Awesome. Yeah. Again, you just kind of you take your spear and you just stab it right through, and little, and just kind of becomes a splatter on the wall. Rizzo, I think you're next.
Yeah, so I'm going to take my Gouda mace and wind it up as much as possible and swing at as many of them as I possibly can.
Okay. Depending on your roll, maybe you'll get to more than one.
That's what I'm hoping to do. Do I roll my d20 first, right?
Yep. What did you roll?
I quit. I can't. I can't with this game. I rolled a 1.
Oh, you rolled a 1. Okay. Yeah, you roll. You swing at that crack where the scorpions come out, and it kind of opens the crack up a little bit more, and 2 more come out. So we're back up to 7 scorpions again.
That one's not the Gouda.
You're not helping.
And at this point, they'll one of them will try to attack Jeddah. I'm trying to find my stats for Scorpion. Yeah, so it's going to try to climb on top of you and sting you.
It's rude.
Well, that's kind of what it does.
We need to go deeper to find
misses.
the polite scorpions.
It misses and does not. Another one is going to climb onto Rizzo. And it also just kind of just climbs up her leg and tries to sting her, but it does not. And I'll say that there's one more, and it goes after High Rock. And yeah, it's I believe it stings High Rock.
Well, my armor is kind of terrible, so it's not entirely outside the realm of possibility.
Okay.
You only need an 8 to hit me, so.
Let's see here. Yeah, it hits. So it's going to do 1 point of damage. And then, yeah, that's it. And next we'll go with High Rock.
I am going to take a dagger out of my belt, and you'll immediately notice that I have absolutely no skill with daggers. I'm actually holding it the wrong end around, but I'm just going to take it and just kind of smush the thing.
Okay.
What do I need to hit them? I got a 14.
Oh yeah, that hits. No problem.
Okay, cool. And I do 6 points of damage with my dagger.
Nice. Yeah, you totally just smash it to pieces.
Dude, that's totally gross. This is never going to come out of my boots.
And
What's
then
that?
we'll go
High Rock's
top
the
of
new
order.
tank?
High Rock is the new tank, yes.
I approve.
Cheddar, I think you go next.
Yeah, so I'm going to pull out my dagger, go after 1, and 17.
Awesome, that hits.
2 damage.
Awesome, yep. Again, you just smack it right, and just these things are just kind of nuisance more than anything else, so you just totally squash it. Jordan?
As no one said, the number of scorpions grew year, which I thought was a brilliant comment.
Right. All right. Do I
I feel
offhand?
like I should take a point of damage for that.
Do I know if these particular scorpions are poisonous, or not, and whether or not our wizard is poisoned?
You know that they could be poisoned. You know that there's a good chance that if one of you gets stung, you might be poisoned. So,
okay. Well,
scorpions.
Yeah,
the scorpions.
Well,
Scorpions.
So with just keeping one eye on Hierarch just to see whether or not he's actually poisoned. I'm stabbing with my spear, trying to get rid of another one.
Sure.
Nat 20.
Nice. You take your spear and you kind of jab into one and then kind of like swipe it, and it takes out a couple more. And now there's only 3 left. Rizzo, it's up to you. What are you going to do with Gouda?
Do it.
We're going for it. We're gonna get him this time.
Are you going for the one on Hierarch's leg?
Like, I can't. I just rolled another one.
Okay, yeah, you swing for the one on Hierarch's leg, and
if you kill me right now,
Wait for the
I
one
will
on my
haunt
own
you
leg.
forever.
One on my own leg. There was
you
one
you
on
realize that it's like one of those things where you're swinging so hard because you're the tank. We've determined this. You're the tank. You're just trying to swing so hard that you don't realize what you're doing. Because aren't you? You're also chaotic in this. That's your alignment, right? You're chaotic.
I am, yes.
So
Absolutely.
you're just swinging so wildly that you swing and hit Hierarch, and and before you actually hit him with full force, you kind of realize that you're swinging so wildly, and you kind of like pull back a little bit. But you do 3 points of damage to Hierarch, and
Hierarch screams like a poked chicken.
I'm
but
so
you
sorry.
you also kill the scorpion that's on Hierarch.
I sincerely hope so. You mushed it into me.
Glass is half full. That's one less scorpion, right?
I am half full of poison now.
There's only 2 scorpions left, and they're both going to go to Rizzo, and because you just took out the friend, and it totally misses. And that one proceeds to climb up and sting you for 1 point of damage.
Ow!
And let's see if maybe.
What do you mean,
does some,
ow? You just about killed me, and you're ow.
So as it stings you, you kind of swat it away, and it doesn't give you it doesn't sting you very hard, but it's enough to do 1 point of damage. But it doesn't get stinger in there quite all the way.
Because I'm tiny and fat.
That's right. Sure. So, Cheddar, what are you doing at this point?
I'm laughing at this point. I'm like, ooh, Hierarch's big mad. And then I'll try and hit one of the scorpions.
Sure.
Yes, please. The scorpions. My name is Hierarch, not Scorpion.
All right, 14.
Explain that to Rizzo.
Yep, you got it.
3 damage.
Awesome. Yeah, you squash one of them, and just a big thud on the floor, and there's just scorpion guts all over the place, and carcasses, and what are they called? What do they call exoskeletons, or whatever they're called?
Chitin.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're made of chitin and stuff.
Jordan, there's one left. Would you like to take a swing at it?
It's going towards Rizzo, correct?
It is going towards Rizzo.
Okay. I am going to... Yeah, what the heck? Oh, lovely. 8.
8. Yeah, you swing and miss, and it just kind of skitters around Rizzo like it's going to try to jump on Rizzo's leg from a different vantage. Rizzo, you notice this. What would you like to do?
I would like to hit it with my mace.
With your mace. Okay.
It being the scorpion and not your party member friend.
I am aiming for the scorpion. 16.
Yeah, that hits it. No problem. Before it just is about to jump on you to sting you, you take the mace and you swing it and you hit it mid-air and you just smash it down into the ground and just scorpion guts go flying and they go all over the place and they part of the scorpion innards end up on High Rock's face, like right there.
This is so gross. It's in my mouth. It's in my mouth.
But you've taken out all of the scorpions that seem to come through that crack opening. Once you stepped off of that step, it did start to close. Once everybody walked down the stairs, and it kind of proceeds out into this big open area. Let's see here. I'm just going to find my notes.
Do I know if anybody is poisoned at this point? Like inspect wounds.
Yeah, you can. You want to inspect High Rock? Feel free to inspect his wounds if you want.
Mainly, I don't.
What about me?
Check for that. Well, I'm starting with High Rock.
Wait your turn.
I'd like to pull up my hand mirror while he's inspecting High Rock and show High Rock where he missed some bits of goo and stuff around his face.
Sure. Absolutely.
Jordan,
Jordan,
take out some water to my rations and just be like all over my face to get
Jordan,
it off.
You inspect High Rock and you notice that there was a slight sting indentation, but from what you can tell, it doesn't look like the scorpion got in all the way and was able to poison him all that much, or if at all.
Okay.
All that much. You're not helping.
I'm going to attempt to create a salve as herbal remedy with my herbalism.
Okay.
Is it made of scorpion? Because that's what Rizzo tried.
No.
It's made from Gouda. That's the other thing she tried.
That's true.
Okay, and I just made it. So the salve at a DC 11 heals 1 hit point.
Okay.
I'll take it.
Right.
My hero.
So I'm just going to keep an eye on everybody to see if they're poisoned or not. Like, I imagine there's going to be some sort of effect.
Yeah.
So.
Sure. You inspect Rizzo as well, and kind of the same thing. It just kind of looks like there's an indentation, a sting mark, but nothing from the nothing like protruding from, or nothing branching out from the mark. Yeah, from
it's a sting indentation, if you will.
Like that would be it. But as you descend the steps and walk down the hallway at the bottom of the steps, it goes into this big, cavernous, silent hall of reflective black slate.
Somebody had a mood fetish going on.
You see that there is a giant brass idol of a meditating elephant man in the south alcove, and there are dozens of guttering candles melted to it.
Interesting. I will approach the brass idol and look to see what is there anything around the idol itself? Does it look like anything's been done with it other than candles spattered all over it?
You see a lot of just old candles that have dripped and all the melted waxes on them, or on the statue, and it looks like more candles are put on after the fact. And at the ground in front of this idol are about 100 gold pieces just scattered all around the base of it.
In a moment, I will start gathering those up. Can I make a check on intelligence check on religion to see if I can figure out if this is a religious thing?
Sure, I'll allow it.
20, dirty 20, but 20.
Yeah, you look at it and you know that it's you know that the cultists worship an elephant god. And it would probably be some sort of symbolic statue or some sort of
This is a pagan idol and we will not have it.
yeah, some sort of vision of their god that they probably idolize.
Saint Teragnis will not stand for this, and then I'm going to completely ignore the fancy idol and start gathering up the gold. Because Saint Teragnis will definitely stand for a bag full of gold.
So there are 100 coins at the base of this this idol. Does anybody else want to partake in snatching up some of these gold coins?
Yes, please.
Scoop up a handful.
Okay.
I also help out
So-
my fellow
Okay.
party members.
So do we want to just like divide it by 4 and each get 25? How do we want to divide these gold coins? The GM asks. Not ominously at all.
Yeah, I was going to say, not in no way suspiciously. I guess even Stevens is probably the best bet unless somebody feels like donating their share to me because she almost killed me. Not looking at you, Rizzo.
I sort of gently swing my mace around. Not threateningly
You can't
at
hit
all.
anything with it anyway, except for me.
Not threateningly. Just
Fine, we'll split it evenly.
I'd
Yeah,
also
so
like
you
to
each-
take the chance to search the elephant to see if there's any like hidden buttons, doors, anything on it.
Is there anything in the trunk? Yeah.
As far as you can tell, that there are. It's just solid brass. Someone took a lot of time and energy and a lot of effort into creating such a really fine sculpture of brass, and you know that they spent probably months, if not years, handcrafting this godlike statue.
I'd also like to blow out one of the candles and put it in my bag as a backup candle.
Okay.
I don't want
Does
to
it make
carry
a
fire.
beep, beep, beep noise when you back up?
Yes.
As you are in front of this statue, you notice that there is a small hallway with stairs off to your right. If you would like to proceed further, or if you'd like to inspect the room a little bit more, it's totally up to you.
First off, I look at Rizzo and I'm like, I'll inspect the stairs first before we go on stairs again this time. But do we want to check out the room a little more before we go that way?
Is it stairs or a hallway?
It's just a little bit it's like a little hallway with some steps that go up
Okay.
to a room.
Are there any other
Looks like
openings, like any other exits in the room?
No, there doesn't seem to be.
Okay, it's my main concern is exits.
All right, so I search around the room to see if there's anything of interest.
It doesn't seem to be anything of, it's pretty clean for the most part. There's some footsteps that are human and they look dirty. Like
The
almost
footsteps
like
look dirty?
yeah, like it almost looks like someone walked in something and then
Mud, perhaps?
kind of yeah, it kind of looks like muddy footsteps in this room, especially in front of the brass idol.
Do those footprints originate from the direction we came, or do I see them coming from any other direction, or are they just in front of the statue?
It looks like they came from the way that you came, and they look like they came into the that stairway that you can also see off to the right.
Dude, our tank abandoned us.
Probably because we made her tank.
Probably back.
Probably just our internet dropped.
Could be.
I would like to cast a spell before we go any further.
Sure.
I'm going to cast Alter Self. I can change one aspect of my physical appearance into something else. So, for instance, like the example in the book is I can grow fish gills in case I should happen to need to breathe underwater. In this case, I am going to grow myself an elephant nose.
Okay. Let's do it.
It's difficulty 12, and I have a +2 on my roll. And I rolled a 12, so I got a 14, so it's successful.
Nice. Yeah, you grow this elephant nose from the front of your face.
I plan to use this later.
Okay. How is it pretty evident? Like, do you just kind of
just like like down below my chin kind of situation? Like it looks like an actual elephant. Like is it actually a nose? What is it?
Like a trunk?
Trunk.
I guess, yeah. I guess it's technically a trunk, yeah. So it'll just be like, down to like, kind of like, like a few inches below my chin sort of situation.
So you look like an elephant person.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Wow, I'm gone for 1 minute. I come back and we have an elephant person in the group. What
Yeah.
happened?
Well, it's mostly just High Rock, but he has his nose like has an elephant trunk-like appearance now.
Behold your god. That's going to be my trick.
I love it.
You're like, Harrock,
All right.
what a great glow up. You look fancy.
Unfortunately, I could probably really smell this incense now.
Yeah, you actually now that you're out of that room, you don't actually smell the incense anymore.
Yay!
All right, we want to go up the stairs.
I believe we do.
Okay.
I would like to search the stairs slowly for traps on our way up.
Yeah, no, it looks totally fine. Looks like you're good. You just go up these steps, kind of inspecting each one as you go, kind of tapping it on the way up, and yeah, no, it looks like it's a solid stairway. As you go up, you find this kind of small room. In the center of this room is a pool.
Is it a pool of water?
Would you like to go take a look at it?
I would like to go take a look at it.
I'm going to linger in the shadows behind the group. Melt
Sure.
like mozzarella into the shadows.
So the room is fairly small. The pool is takes up most of the room. There is a little bit of a walkway around the pool, and then there's doors on the other side from where you came in on the other side of the pool. You go and approach the pool, High Rock, and notice that it is a pool of mud.
I will stir around in it with my staff.
With your staff, okay? Yeah, you take a staff. You take your staff, and you just kind of
Churn it up.
turn it around a little bit, and it kind of makes a few little ripples in the mud. But other than that, it doesn't really do anything.
It's clear that we have to cross this mud puddle to get to the door.
Well, you could probably walk around it. You could walk around it if you wanted to.
Oh,
Your staff does go down quite a bit, High Rock. It goes down so that it'd probably be about 3 feet.
A not insignificant pool of mud.
You'd say if you were like to stand in it, it'd probably be like waist high.
Mud bath.
I do not want to stand
But
in it.
if Rizzo were to stand in it, it'd probably be over her head.
Ears high. Do I have anything else that I
Yeah.
can do with this? Not particularly. Okay. I will step back from the pool and rejoin the party. And say, hey, there's nothing in this pool. I don't know what we're gonna do with this. It's really weird, dude.
Well, it's not a gym, so say we check out the doors.
I flip a gold coin into it because it looks like a wishing well to me, even though it's mud.
Mhm.
And I make a little wish. I'm a superstitious thief.
Fair.
So you're going to throw one of those coins into the mud.
Mhm.
Okay. You flick you put the coin on your thumb and flick it in, and just kind of spins in the air, lands heads up. I guess probably did you call it heads or tails?
I didn't call it. I treated it like a wishing well. I was making a wish. That's what I was focused
So you're
on.
making a wish. Okay. It smacks the top of the pool of mud, and it slowly starts to sink in, and you can see it just kind of the mud kind of overwhelms, kind of comes over it, and it sinks further and further, and the mud kind of covers it slower and slower until eventually it's completely disappeared.
That there would be a horrible way to go.
Sounds like a waste of a good meal. Could have bought a beer and a
Plate of cheese.
cheese.
I'm going to make my way around the outside of the pool with my back against the wall, I think. I'm going to be keeping an eye on that pool.
Yeah, I find it a little disturbing that the gold sink. These aren't that heavy.
I mean, gold's pretty heavy.
Yeah, but on mud?
We're going to
Have you ever felt a gold coin? Gold coins are pretty heavy.
Yeah, you don't know my life.
Yeah,
Scrooge McDuck it up in here all the time.
All right. Yeah, you're right, Cheddar. Yeah. So you're starting to walk around the pool. Are you all on one side, or are you like kind of flanking? Are you Are you dividing the party?
I'm going to go the right hand side. I don't know where everybody else is going to go.
Okay.
Yeah, we duckling it against the wall.
Go around the one side.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I have a bottle or a flask as well. I'd like to just scoop up some of the mud to take with me, just in case.
Can you
Souvenir.
give me a dexterity roll for that, Rizzo?
I can.
History tells us that Rizzo is about to drown.
15, 16.
Okay. Can you explain how you scoop up this mud?
I mean, I just take my flask and I dip it into
The flask is a very small opening, right? Okay.
It has a small opening, but it will still hold mud.
Yeah, but I guess so. As you put this flask in the mud, and you procure some of the mud into the flask, and it's starting to go in, your hands, your fingers touch the mud as you're grasping the flask and putting it down into the mud. And as you do that, the mud starts to tremble and starts to ripple from the center, and it starts to build up higher and higher and higher, and eventually becomes into a lifelike person that is, fairly tall. It's like a faceless humanoid, and it's just got this glistening look to him, and it looks at you and it's like, why have you disturbed my pool?
Just seemed like the right thing to do.
And it looks over at Hyrock and it's like, I see you are a false prophet. And it looks at you with this, face-like head, and then all of a sudden it morphs into this elephant head, and with this long trunk, and it just kind of looks at you intently like, how dare you try to deceive me? And it just, at this point, you can see it raise up a fist.
Nope.
And everybody roll for initiative!
Dang, who knew trunk size matters?
Yeah. 13.
14.
10. Okay. So 14, 13, 10, and 5. Is that what I've got? So Rizzo, you get to go first. You see this. You see this clay elephant man golem rearing back to hit Hyrock, which you probably are in favor of since you did that previously to him as well. But is there anything you'd like to do to prevent this from becoming another situation like before?
Well, I assume he's much taller than I am.
Much taller, yes.
Much taller. Is there any mud left in the pool, or has he consumed all of it? What does the pool now look like?
The pool is mostly gone now, but there is a little bit left.
So, like, I probably shouldn't jump in there.
You can if you'd like. It's totally up to you.
Well, I would like to try and get behind the thing and jump. I'd like to jump at it from the back, since he's focused on Hyrock anyways, and try and swing at it with Gouda in the back. A jumping mace attack.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's a 3.
Yeah, you swing and miss it completely, and
I'm the
it
worst
just kind of
fighter on the planet.
notices that instead of Hyrock in front of him, you are now trying to attack him from behind, and kind of you gain his attention as well.
Maybe if I stood
who's
behind
next?
it, she could hit it.
Trying to remember who is next.
I got a 12. I don't know who.
Okay. Yeah, 12. Yeah, and then 10, and then 5.
Okay. I'm going to cast Misty Step if I can, and I'm going to let's see. I got 17, so I
Okay, that hits.
take a little smoke bomb and smack it down to the ground in front of me, and in a puff of smoke, I disappear and I reappear on the other side of the pool, standing behind Rizzo. Since she ran around behind it to try and hit it, so I just disappear from its line of sight, and end up in behind it, and I'm going to do nothing else because that's my action, right? Because I cast a spell.
Okay.
But it turned to attack me.
That's the whole point, yes.
Jordan, what would you like to do next?
Oh, if the mud's swinging, then I'm swinging.
Okay.
Just spear to the whatever part of the body is closest to my spear.
Sure.
Sweet. 8.
Yeah, you spear, and it just kind of as you're spearing, it kind of turns to look at Rizzo and Hyrock even more, and it just kind of dodges your effort. Chetta, it's your turn.
Sneak attack with my bow.
Okay.
And that is 19.
That will hit.
5, 6, 7, 11 damage.
All right. Yeah, you hit it with the bow. Where are you hitting it? Where are you aiming?
I'm going for right in like the back of the shoulder blade since it's turned away from me.
Okay. Yeah, it hits right in the back of the shoulder blades. It does. It goes just sinks right in super far. You can see it kind of wince in pain, and then all of a sudden you can see the arrow get sucked into the clay, and it just disappears in the clay, and then turns around and is now looking at you and it does 0 damage.
I have an accident with my Asiago when it stares at me and you change pants.
So it is going to. What's your armor? Is the armor class that I have to beat? Correct.
Oh yeah, 27.
27 is your armor class?
That is not your armor
14.
class. Nice try.
I said it so convincingly, though.
Bree's the new tank.
It rears its fist up high into the air and slams down towards your direction. You manage to barrel roll out of the way, and it just slams down onto the ground and misses you just by a fraction of a second. And mud just kind of splatters up a little bit as the force of his mud fist hits the floor. And now it's up to you guys. I think it is Rizzo's turn now, or is it Hyrox? I can't remember.
Rizzo was first, and then me.
Rizzo.
Yep.
It's my turn. I'm going to. So the spear didn't work. But I just don't have a whole lot of other options. So I'm going to try and jump on it to get as close to its face as possible and hit it in the face with my Gouda mace.
With your Gouda? Okay. Yeah, you jump up. I won't have you roll for that. We'll just say that while it was slammed down, you kind of just jumped onto its back. And give me a roll for the mace.
4.
You go to swing at this golem, and it starts to pick up. It starts to get back up, and you fall off of its back as you're swinging because you don't anticipate this golem standing up from making its strike to the ground. All right, Hyrock, it is your turn.
I have absolutely no idea what to do about this right now. I don't have any spells that will particularly aid me in this, so I am going to wind up with my staff and take a swing at it.
All right.
What's his armor class, sorry?
14.
I got a 15, so that's a hit.
Okay, that hits.
And it hits for 5 points of damage with the staff, if it does any damage.
What were you trying to hit? Where were you trying to hit it?
Just across the gut.
Okay, yeah, you hit square in the gut. Splattering of mud separates off of its midsection, and it hits Rizzo square in the face after she fell off the back of the golem, and doesn't seem to really faze the golem all that much. It just kind of looks down at you and kind of takes its trunk and kind of gives like an elephant roar that's more there we go, exactly. What did it sound like again, Hyrock? I can't remember. All right. That's exactly what it sounded like, and you could tell it was more annoyed than anything else. Jordan, what would you like to do?
I'm going to. It's an excellent question. I'm gonna try, I guess, one more time and just to hit it with my spear as best I can.
Okay.
I have some ideas, but I just want to be sure because I haven't connected yet. So let's start with this.
The torch is going out.
I know, it's my next action.
You got a what?
Nat 20.
A nat 20. Yeah, you spear this creature. Where would you like to spear him?
As center mass, just going with a straight thrust right through like the solar plexus.
Okay. How much damage do you do with that spear?
20.
You 20 damage with it?
Yes, because it is I roll a d12 on the spear because it is my my ranger weapon.
Holy moly!
So, yes.
Yeah, you spear all the way straight through it. You can see that it definitely puts this big hole inside of this golem, and it definitely lets out a big thunderous elephant. What was the sound, High Rock?
I knew you were going to do that.
and
Do
it kind of
quickly so I
stumbles.
can take my action.
It stumbles back, and you can see it start to kind of kind of fall apart into the pool. Like the bottom part of it's starting to like liquefy a little bit into the pool again. And as you are, you can see that your torch that's lighting this room is getting lower and lower. Cheddar, what are you going to do?
I'm going to use my flint and steel and light my torch.
Right.
Whee!
Let's see if we can't. I gotta.
Oh.
That's a good message. Everybody go vote.
Yes.
That's right. That's right.
Should always vote.
There we go. There's your torch again. I don't know how to. Is there a way to reset it? What's it?
I don't know. I've never used that one. I
I
have an app
usually-
on my phone that does it, but that's it.
Refresh the screen and then it hits the button again.
Okay. Awesome. First time I've used this one, so. Yeah, you light a torch up, and it lights the room even more. And what are you gonna do? Oh, it's the elephant's turn now. The clay golem elephant's turn. It is going to. It's going to look at Chetta, since she just made the turn the light back on, and the golem rolled a 20.
Oh no.
Splorch
So-
goes
Games are
Jedi.
better with cheddar. Not dead cheddar.
And that's it. So it does. Does not. It takes its fist and swipes at you, and it hits you for 9 points of damage.
As you know, my life is passing before my eyes. I make sure the torch rolls out of my hand where my colleagues will hopefully be able to retrieve it.
Oh no!
And I say, ugh, I'm blue cheese.
Wow! All right.
Oh.
So Chetta is no longer with us.
Down. Not necessarily dead, but
Not necessarily dead.
yeah.
All right.
What's your con modifier?
Yeah.
What's your con modifier, Janet, for Bree or for Chetta?
0.
Okay, roll a d4.
3.
You got 3 rounds to be stabilized, otherwise you're dead.
Okay.
That's right. Rizzo, what would you like to do?
I would like to. Is my torch like with the last flicker of light from my torch? I would
Yep.
like to see if I can't light this thing on fire.
Okay. Yeah, you try and you bring the last embers of this torch as it's the flames are starting to die out. You bring it over to this mud golem, and it just kind of puts your torch out super fast. You just like
Come on.
because it's like wet and like dirty, mostly wet dirt.
It could have
Maybe
been
if we
oil.
had some, yeah, I was gonna say if we had some oil, that would have been cool. If you could throw oil on it, maybe we could like make it a pottery golem.
It could have been made of oil. I didn't know. I was trying things.
Yeah, hey, with the absence of something else to
Absolutely.
do, why not try something strange?
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's what Rizzo does. High Rock, what would you like to do?
I am going to try and stabilize Chetta. I am not
Okay.
sure what kind of roll that requires. I didn't actually get that far. Let me just have a quick peek
forget.
here.
In the meantime, while Hyrock is attending to Cheddar, what does Jorn want to do?
This thing is still wheeling and dealing.
It's like half liquid mud, half like elephant man golem in this pool, and yeah.
Well, the spear worked brilliantly last time, so we're going to continue with that.
Okay.
Stab it right in the guts. Armor class 15.
Okay.
For a 1 point.
Yeah, you go to stab it, and just kind of sticks into the clay golem, and doesn't really do too much. It just you're just kind of poking it with a stick,
like I did.
Yeah.
It's a difficulty 15 intelligence check for me to stabilize her, so I will try that right now. And I rolled a nat 1.
Oh,
so I pour some more mud on her, see if that'll help.
Yeah, you just kind of like trying to get the bleeding to stop a little bit.
Pack the wounds
what is
with
it?
more mud.
Cheddar, roll a d20. If you roll a 20, you miraculously gain 1 hit point, and you're not dying anymore.
Through no help of the wizard.
Nope.
No such luck.
Nope.
It's a 12.
All right. So this clay golem is going to try to take out Joran, and
Bring it.
it misses. It swipes. It swings and totally. You can see as it slams down in your direction, really close to you, as the fist hits the ground, it kind of splatters and kind of the fist kind of dissolves into the ground and kind of sinks back into the pool a little bit. Rizzo, what would you like to do?
I would like to. I don't feel like I don't know if I have any talent to be helping Chetta as much as I like to.
I mean, you could try to stabilize her if you wanted
I
to.
can try. Yeah. Let's do it. How do I do that?
Hi, Rock.
You're on mute.
15 or greater on your intelligence.
Okay. We know how well I roll. Let's try it.
Maybe you're a better healer than you are a cleric.
I got a 14.
Or fighter.
Yeah, 14.
Oh, better than I did, but not quite.
Wow. Yeah, you go over and you're kind of holding, Chetta's head and you're just like, don't die. And you're kind of shaking her head, probably a little more like aggressively than you probably should.
A cervical spine injury while you're
Exactly. Hyrock, what would you like to do?
I will attempt to stabilize again. See if I can roll something better than a damn 1 this time. 22.
Oh, nice.
So I do the Heimlich, and all this mud just comes spewing out of Chetta's mouth.
I'm sorry. What was it? My mic cut out. What did it sound like again? All right, cool. All right, yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like. Cheddar kind of jumps back up to life. Rizzo's still shaking her head like, don't die, and Cheddar's like, trying not to hear, bro. And Jordan, you're next.
Am I up again? All right. Yeah, I'm just trying to distract the mud golem, to keep them away from, they try and stabilize Bree. So that's a 14.
That hits.
Yeah. So 5 damage from the spear.
Nice. Yeah, you notice that it's chipping a little bit away. You also notice that as it's like struggling to try to defend itself, it seems to slowly becoming more and more liquid into the pool. It's almost like it's like disintegrating back into its pool form. The more effort it's exerting.
We've got it on the ropes.
Get back in there.
Bree, what would you like to do?
So, question: since it thinks it probably killed me, would I be able to pull off a backstab because it's not looking for me to come at it?
So you're back on your feet. You're totally. How many hit points have when you stabilize?
Oh yeah, how does that work?
Bree, how many hit points do they gain? Their high rock.
You come back with 1 hit point.
So you've got 1 hit point if you want to come up and get close to it.
Well, I mean, I'd be backstabbing with my short bow.
Okay.
But can I?
Yeah. Then yeah. You can do that with.
Okay.
You stab
I guess,
somebody
I don't-
with a bow?
Well, the whole backstab is that it's a sneak attack.
They're like not aware. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Let's do it.
You're shooting it. You're shooting it with your short bow. You're not just like stabbing it with the end of a bow.
So
Okay.
we'll say Bree's on the ground, kind of recouping that 1 hit point, and she kind of like looks over that mud golem and takes out her short bow and with she's just straining as much as she can and fires away and tries to hit the golem square in the face.
17.
Yeah, it hits.
I'm angry. 3, 6, 7, 11 damage.
Yeah, and you're just kind of angry that this bunch of clay kind of took you out, and you can kind of feel just a little more, pull behind this bow. And
I would just like to say, because I'm laying on the ground, my trajectory is straight for his mud hole. Okay.
Right for his mud hole. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Right in the muddy taint.
My God.
There's an image for you.
Yeah, it just flings through the air, straight as an arrow, just as fast as it possibly could. Hits, kind of comes out the other side, and hits the wall, sticks into the wall, and all you see is this clay elephant golem just kind of do its one last, and just kind of melt into. Yeah, what did it sound like? And just kind of melt into the pool, and it is now just again a 3-foot pool of mud in the center of the room.
Doug, I didn't quite hear you cut out. What did it sound like?
I forget. If my mic's not working, maybe Jason can do it for me.
No, I don't think so.
Fine. It sounds like.
But yeah,
I'm literally spitting all over my screen every time I do that. It's gross.
That's commitment, Jason.
Yeah, so you basically you've made this clay golem back into its mud form.
Well, that was horrifying. I never want to do that again. Let's get out of this room before it reforms itself.
Right.
Yeah.
So there on the one side of this room is the stairs that you came up. On the other side is a pair of doors.
Straight to that pair of doors.
Oh,
Through the doors.
Doors, cool.
Yeah.
Bree, check for traps.
I just want to remind you guys, I have 1 hit point.
And you'll be a champion with that 1 hit point.
Who did you toss the torch to?
The torch.
Yeah, who picked up my torch? I was
I
going
have a
into
feeling
the
it was
light.
just. Yeah, I have a feeling it was just on the ground burning and kind of lighting up the room. So who would like to pick it up?
I can carry it for now because it's probably more convenient for me because everybody else has weapons. So.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, you go through these double doors, and they kind of they're big wooden doors. They've got intricate carvings on them, and they have be like kind of all these humanoid figures. Some of them almost look like they're kneeling. Some of them look like they're offering gifts to this big elephant-looking creature, and yeah, it's just you open the doors up and you go down this hall. The hall then veers to the right, and you're right back to the three-way intersection that you were when you went down the initial hallway.
We've gone around the outside like a couple of trailer park girls. All right. So let's see. So we've covered 2 paths now. Don't shake your head at me, Doug. So there's only 1 path left.
There is. So basically, you went down the hallway initially. You could either go straight, right, or left. Only left is remaining, and that was the one that had the most footprints.
All right. Well,
Do a very good job mapping this. So,
well,
good.
it's dark in here. Who wants to go first?
I got this. I'll go first. Wait, actually,
Okay.
the first thing I'm going to do is use my salve, my herbal salve on Bree. And that is a 16, so Bree gets 1 hit point back.
Woo!
I'm invincible.
You have doubled your
Nice.
hit point total.
That's right.
But yeah, so I'm going to lead the way down this hallway
Okay.
with, the light not too far behind me.
I will be third in line, so yeah. You'll have about 15 feet of a visible area in front of you.
Using the end of my spear to kind of poke the floor and kind of search around just in case there's like traps or whatever. I know our trap finder is currently, under the weather.
Sure. So who's in last? Is Rizzo in the last spot?
I think I'm in the last spot.
No, I'm in.
Oh,
So
I'm in
second.
You're in
spot.
second. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, you go down this hallway. It goes down quite a ways and then veers slightly to the left. But before you go too much further, you can kind of hear some chanting in the room in front of you. You hear these voices kind of it's like they're saying the same thing over and over again. You can't quite tell what they're saying, but you just kind of hear voices and they're just saying the same thing over and over and over again.
Is there
You
light
missed the
coming
bus.
from
We
that
missed the
room?
bus. They missed the bus. Oh.
Yeah, we'll say that there is some flickering candles that you can kind of see some little bit of light as you kind of turn that left into that hall, into that corridor, and yeah, you just hear kind of like some candles you see some candles kind of flickering.
I make a little pss, pss noise to those ahead of us before we turn the corner. And Jason, you're in front of me. I hand you my hand mirror to hand up that way so we can get kind of a glimpse around the corner of how many chanters there are before we head in.
The old prison bars trick.
Yeah, you kind of use your mirror and you kind of look into that room a little bit without being seen. You see there are 4 people. They're kind of dirty. They've got kind of tattered clothes made of like burlap and just kind of sandals and just kind of they're kneeling on these mats with these flickering candles around them, and they keep chanting the same thing over and over again. You can hear but you can't quite tell what they're saying. It's kind of a low speak. They just keep saying it really softly, kind of almost under their breath, but a little bit louder than under their breath.
Suppose we go take their stuff.
Well,
Let me-
generally,
can I-
yes.
Can I sneak
They
up
haven't
and pop
detected
a
us
shot?
all?
Well, I'm sorry. What was that, Bree?
Can I sneak up towards the front and pop a shot off?
You can if you'd like. Hi, Rock. What were you going to say?
They haven't noticed us at all.
They haven't noticed you at all.
Yeah, then by all means, let's let the muddy cheese lady do her thing.
Yeah, go for it.
21.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hits.
That'll do it.
7. 10.
Yeah. So you shoot your arrow. Their backs are kind of to you. They're kind of facing they're kind of facing the wall with these candles on in front of them, and they just keep chanting. And this arrow kind of just hits one square in the back, and you can hear it just kind of, thump, and then all of a sudden, it stops chanting and just falls face first. And then the others are still just chanting and sitting on their mats.
Do it again. Do it again. Do it again.
18.
You say murder hobos?
It hits.
Nine.
Yeah. Again, you hit one square in the back. It sinks
Now I'm getting
straight in. They doesn't let out a scream or anything. Just stops chanting.
I'm so suspicious now.
I know,
It's-
I'm a little
the-
ballsier and
it's-
suspicious.
Falls face first.
Alright, well, I like to live for sport, so I pull my dagger out at this point, and I want
Oh.
to sneak in and up on the closest one.
Since there's only two left, I'm gonna sneak up with her, and she gets one, I get the other, basically.
I'm going to lean on my staff into the background going, yeah, you get him. You go do it. Yeah, yeah.
Do you
I have no interest in getting closer, man.
you attack or do you wait? Do you listen at all? Are you just going to go in there and just kind of like, I guess, how fast are you attacking these two that are left?
I mean, I'm
Yes.
moving pretty quickly, but like quietly. Like, it's not like a flat out run. It's like a
Okay.
soft tippy toe sprint.
Yeah. As you get closer to them, you can hear them kind of keep chanting, "Take us into the herd. Take 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 us into the herd."
Oh yeah, I gotta shut that up. I straight in the neck.
Yeah, you just
Yeah. In the neck. Make it quiet.
Yep. You totally just, what you do is you just stab it right. You have like a dagger or something. Is that what you have? You just reach around, dag it. You take the dagger, cut right around its throat. All of a sudden, the blood just kind of just squirts out. And as it's squirting out, you can hear it still trying to talk. Take us into the, and it just passes out onto the ground.
Just
Passes out might be a little bit gracious.
Or it expires and yeah, it expires and falls to the ground. Jordan, what
passed
would
out
you like to do?
permanently.
As she's stabbing that one, I'm stabbing the other one.
All right. Well, you're about to stab them. Everybody, roll for initiative, please.
Big fat
I feel like Doug
six.
set us up.
6.
8.
Big ol' one.
All right. As Joran is about to take out this last person that's chanting, 7 cultists start walking into the room. They're all dressed in black. They're all cloaked. They kind of all have like wild eyes, and they're holding their hands in prayer like formation in front of them, and then they're all kind of walking single file, all 7 of them. And as they walk into the room and they see the carnage that's in front of them, they all immediately just kind of get extremely angry and assess the room. And at this point, are Hyrock and Rizzo in the room, or are you still in the hallway?
I was hanging back in the hallway, leaning on my staff. I'm not sure where Rizzo went to, though.
Yeah, I was trying to get just a little closer because I wanted to know what they were saying, but I didn't go all the way in.
Okay. Yeah, they see Chetta and Joran, and they just start running, making a beeline for those two to apprehend them. And looks like they were about to cause some damage. Who rolled the highest initiative at this point?
I got a 6. I don't think that's high.
8. I think that was me.
I also had 6.
Okay. Joran, what did you have?
1.
1. So yeah, I think Chetta goes first.
All right. So they're running towards us. We haven't actually collided yet, correct?
You haven't collided yet. Otherwise, I would say that they would actually be able to attack you first, but they haven't got to you yet.
All right. I'm gonna use my short bow. Dirty 20.
All right.
For 4 damage.
Yeah, you hit one. It hits them square in the shoulder, right above their, right in their main clavicle area, and just kind of makes them stumble back and take kind of a knee to the ground, and you can hear him start to almost chant a prayer. And he's just gonna pause there for a moment as he's kind of assessing his wounds. I think it was Rizzo or Hyrock next, whichever one of you two.
Rizzo probably has better dex than me, so probably would go first.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm closer anyway too. So I'll come in. I'll come in swinging my mace and see if I can hit one.
Sure.
Here goes nothing.
Came in like a Gouda ball.
12.
Oh.
12 does not hit.
Ah!
You come in.
Do I get?
You start.
Can I have an advantage because I have grit?
What does grit do?
Grit is your carrying, I think.
Grit gives you advantage in, if I remember correctly, it gives you advantage in abilities that use opposed strength things. So I would say that probably isn't.
Look, I'm trying anything I possibly can at this point. I'm
Sure. Yeah, for a tank, you seem to be really kind of,
with venomous.
They thought I was a rat, but really I'm a mouse.
But you do get the attention of a couple of the cultists that came in to apprehend their people. Hyrock, what would you like to do?
I am going to move forward, and because Rizzo is short, I am going to take a dagger and I'm going to throw it over Rizzo's head towards the one that Chetta hit.
Okay.
I got a 13.
Yeah, that misses.
Damn. Okay, just goes whistling into the darkness past them.
Yeah. Who is next? That would be
Joran, I think, or the bad guys.
Joran?
I don't know.
All right.
We'll let Joran go first.
I am stepping in between Bree and whatever cultists I can, basically just trying to keep her from, losing the last 2 hit points she has at this point.
Sure.
And attacking the closest one with my spear.
Okay.
Let's do a good old 7 is going to miss.
It is going to miss, yeah. It does not... it's kind of, you kind of jab at one of them and it kind of makes them dodge out of the way so that it doesn't quite hit you. But yeah, there's a couple in front of Rizzo and Hyrock. We're going to see which one they're going to go after first. They're going to go after Rizzo. And yeah, it basically has a longsword and tries to swing at you, and it misses completely. And then the other one is going to swing at Hyrock, and it does the same thing, misses completely. So basically, they're like the stormtroopers of this session. So they're just swinging and missing.
Hey, so is Rizzo. Maybe they're related.
Yeah,
Right.
maybe they are. Maybe they are.
Yeah.
Let's see here, Bree. What would you like to do?
I'm going to. So are any of them on? They're not like right on top of me, right? I still got a little space.
No, there's like two that are right near Rizzo and Hyrock. There's three that are kind of near you in that area, and then there's two kind of holding back, trying to assess the people that you took out.
Okay, so of the three that are close to me, whatever's closest, use my short bow, dirty 20,
Nice. Yep, that hits.
and 3 damage.
Nice. Yep, it hits and kind of hits one of them right in the arm, goes right straight through, and kind of takes out one of their arms. Rizzo, what would you like to do?
Herd.
I would like to swing my mace and hit the one closest to me.
Okay.
Well,
yeah, you kind of swing, and it makes one kind of fall back and maybe fall to the ground. But it does to avoid your swing, but it does not do any damage. It just kind of knocks him
exactly
prone.
what I was going for.
He's down on the ground at least.
Sit down.
So, Joran, what would you like to do?
You're on mute.
Sorry. My main goal here is to keep them away from Bree, like be between Bree and them. So I'm just swinging my spear, the next closest one, to keep them away from Shorty McShorterson there. And that is a 14. No, sorry, 16.
Yeah, that hits. That hits.
9 damage.
True. Yeah, you swing and you take one out. You spare it, like goes right straight through like the base of its neck, and you can hear it just kind of like try to conjure up some sort of prayer to help it heal, but it just kind of chokes on its own blood and just kind of expires at the while it's on the end of your spear, and you just kind of yank it out, and it falls to the floor. At this point, the cultists are going. One of the cultists is going to run over to the one surviving. What we call it? We'll just call it a peasant or whatever, a person in the room that was chanting, and is trying to get that person up onto their feet and trying to move them out of the room. And Hyrock, what would you like to do?
I would like to move into the room. Is there any way that I can get a small group of them, a small group of them at an angle away from everyone else, or is everybody kind of like mixed around?
Yeah, we'll say that there's a couple of them that are off to the side that are assessing the people that were taken out, because they're all kind of like those people were on they were kind of facing one of the walls. It was kind of weird. They were just kind of like in front of one of the walls with like candles in front of them, and they were just kind of just looking at, almost like they were looking at a wall, like really closely on their knees on these dirty mats. And there was the two that were taken out. Actually, I guess there was 3 that were taken out, are all being inspected, and one of them the one surviving one is being ushered out of the room, or is the process of being ushered out of the room. by these cultists. So all four of those cultists, each one kind of has a cultist that's maybe attending to each one of the peasants.
Sounds good. I'm going
alive or dead.
to approach that group, and I'm going to push my sleeves up my arms. I'm going to rub my hands together real quick. I'm going to thrust them out towards them, and I'm going to try and cast Burning Hands on the group of them.
Okay.
And I got a 15, so that goes off.
That hits.
And there's how many of them? There's 4 of them?
There's 4 of them.
Okay.
I mean, if there's 5, if you really want to take out the peasant as well.
Oh, well, it's a fan of flame in front of me, so anyone who's in the arc is going to get hit.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Do you want me to just roll 1 damage and apply it to everybody, or do you want me to roll it individually?
Oh, you can roll 1 damage. That's fine. Apply it. We'll apply it to each one.
8 points of damage. Or no, sorry, 6 points of damage. I was upside down.
6. Yeah, you do this wave of fire, and it just kind of lights their robes on fire, and you can see them just kind of getting engulfed in flames, and they're all just they're alive, but they're definitely like, it's that movie scene where like everybody's on fire and they're just kind of like running around with their hands up, and
the old movie burn thing, yeah.
Yeah, and the peasant that was this one survivor, he just gets like engulfed in flames. You can just see his skin just get charred, and he just falls to the ground. So all 4 of those people that were chanting are all now
What's
gone.
that Greek cheese that they set on fire? Because that's what's happening right now.
I don't know. We just smoked them.
I have no idea.
You smoked him.
The queso.
Yeah. So now there's one that's prone in front of Rizzo, and then there are 2 that are in front of Bree and Joran. And the one that's prone will get up and try to swipe at Rizzo. And it misses completely. That was not good. And then the one in front of Joran also misses. What is up with this die? This D20.
Are they using Mish's
Did
die?
you borrow it from Rizzo? Yeah.
Must be.
Yeah.
I guess so. I literally rolled a 3, a 4, and a 6. Horrible. So all of those attacks totally miss, and now it is up to Rizzo. Rizzo, are you at the top of the order still?
Yeah, it was Rizzo, then me, then
It was Cheddar.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Cheddar? It was Cheddar.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
It was
right.
me.
Yeah, I was right. Cheddar
And
had
then
the
me.
best initiative. Yeah, then Rizzo. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to take a shot with my bow and roll like Rizzo and say, taste my Stilton, and nothing happens.
Nice. Yeah. It just kind of looks at you like, and you can see the one that's wounded on the ground, that's kind of just kneeling there, just keeps chanting, and then all of a sudden its eyes open up and it stands back up and looks you square in the eyes like, what the hell did you think you were doing? And now it's Rizzo's turn.
Doug? Oh,
What?
Yeah.
right. That's the look I get from Doug Shoot, so I just thought maybe he was in the game. My bad.
Basically.
The one you said, the one that was on the ground got back up. That's so
Got
rude.
back up and tried to swing at you and missed.
I had a
We're never
plan.
going to keep him down.
Well, it missed me, so I'm gonna try and see if I can't take advantage of that miss and hit it.
Big bucks, no Rizzo.
15.
Yeah, it hit. Yes.
Yeah.
You
Rizzo
wind
is
up your
just as
mace
surprised as
and
everyone
just
else.
smash him side of the head. And how many damage do you do to this guy?
Let's find out. I've never had to roll damage before. Literally never. Almost
Wait,
2
no,
hours
you
in.
hit me.
And the fighter of the group has yet to roll damage until right now.
You hit
Hey.
me.
I feel like on this first damage, we should see the image of your character again, just for any of those who join late, so they really know.
Yeah, absolutely. We can remind viewers that our tank looks just like that. Basically, a green rat goblin with a mace.
Oh.
Named Rizzo.
So I rolled a 2 on my d6, but I do get +2 And I also get so 4, and I get a +1 to melee and ranged attacks. So
All right,
that?
so you do 5 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you hit him side the head and kind of stun him, and he just kind of goes. He kind of falls back and grabs the side of his head, and his hood kind of falls back, and you can see like he's just got this bald head with like grayish skin.
Gross.
Grayish skin.
Yeah, you ugly.
Who was next? Was it Jordan?
That would be
Or was
me.
it Hurak?
So I'm over there barbecuing the guys in the corner. Hearing the weird noise of Rizzo actually hitting something that's not me, I will turn and give it my full attention and throw my other dagger at the fellow she just clubbed.
Okay. Yeah, he grabs a hold of his head, and you throw that dagger.
I got a 13.
And it just whizzes past his ear and sticks into the side of the wall, and you can hear this. And it
now
hits
out of
some
daggers.
black slate and falls to the ground.
Okay.
Joran, you're next.
How many are left? Is just this guy?
There's just that one guy. Yeah, I believe so. There's that one that that Rizzo's beaten. Rizzo and Hurak are beaten on, and then there's just the one in front of you and Bree.
All right, I'm just gonna go straight for him, like charge him, shield and spear and all.
Okay.
23.
Yeah, that hits.
And 3 damage. So it looked great.
Nice.
You know, it's just a
Yeah, you kind of just like try to go to swing at him, and maybe you instead of with your spear, you just kind of clock him with your fist and just kind of hits him, and it just kind of like just grabs his jaw and kind of shakes it off a little bit, but it definitely hits him and hurts him a little bit. He's then going to reciprocate, and he's going to reach out and grab your arm. And as he grabs his arm, as he grabs your arm, you can kind of feel like his hand is cold, and you can kind of feel it spread through your arm and into your chest. And let's see what. Luckily, you yank your arm away, and. But you can definitely feel that it's maybe a lot colder than it usually would be, and then like a split second later, you can kind of feel the warmth and the blood start to go back to it.
Damn it!
The one in front of Hurak and Rizzo is going to try to attack Rizzo. Damn, what the? And it just kind of gets up and tries to lunge towards Rizzo, and you can see it kind of like reach out its hand and try to grab her, and Rizzo just kind of dodges around it and just kind of stumbles past. Like Rizzo kind of just like moves super fast out of its way and dodged it.
Because I'm quick.
The other 4 cultists that are on fire, they all just kind of scream in pain, and they drop to the ground. You can see that they're trying to roll, because kids, you're supposed to stop, drop, and roll when you're on fire. And because we're going to use that as a PSA for this, this is not only entertaining, it's educational as well.
Yes.
I don't know if you've ever watched G.I. Joe, but they used to have those PSAs at the end. That's kind of what we're doing here.
Yes, yeah.
You're supposed to stop, drop, and roll, but you can tell that they definitely heeded that advice way too late. And as they are rolling around on the ground, they are expiring, and the whole chamber starts to kind of smell of burnt flesh and cultist and it does not smell very good.
It's a cultist aroma. Num num nums.
It's the wrong kind of smoked cheese.
Right.
Yeah, I don't need I don't need a smoked Gouda mace. Mm-mm.
You should be smoking
Bree,
people
what-
with Gouda.
It should be, yeah, absolutely. Bree, what would you like to be doing?
All right, so the one that's left in front of us that grabbed onto my homie Joran, I am going to stab him with my dagger.
Joran?
16.
Oh.
Yeah, that hits.
Sweet. 3 damage.
Yeah, you stab him, and where do you stab him?
I'm like right up in the rib cage because I'm short. So
Yep.
just straight up.
Yeah, you can straight up. He just kind of buckles over and kind of looks at you. You can see he's trying to reach for you and try to grab you, but you kind of you step out of the way. It didn't take too much to, and then he just kind of falls over and falls to the ground dead. Rizzo, you're next. What would you like to do?
The one in front of me still isn't dead, is it?
No.
My goodness. These guys. They don't know when to quit with my Gouda mace. So I'm going to go for it again. And I'm going to get an 11.
Yeah, you go to swing the mace towards him. He anticipates it and grabs your mace, and now you're kind of fighting and struggling back and forth with the mace. Hyrock, he's engaged with Rizzo right now at the moment. What would you like to do?
I'm going to try and step like a little bit to the side and try to brain him right in the back of the head with my staff.
Sure. Okay.
And I rolled a 16.
Yeah, that hits.
And it does 6 points of damage. I'm pretty good with my staff.
Nice. Yeah, you hit him square in the head, in the back of the head. You can just see him just kind of, his eyes just get super wide. And he has you can see him just trying to get one last grasp of that mace. And then he just kind of falls blank, just forward and right onto his face. And
oh, I domed him. Oh, I really domed him.
Give me back my Gouda.
Now.
Okay. It's all fair because you're provoloned.
God, so many cheese puns.
You're welcome, Doug.
Thank you so much. This session is super cheesy.
Yeah.
It ain't easy being cheesy.
Being cheesy.
I guess not.
A tough crowd.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. So this room is got dead cultists. It's got dead. It's got burned cultists. It's got burned peasants. It's got dead peasants. You just got all sorts of dead bodies in this room. It does not smell very good.
I would like to search the not burned body.
Okay.
The
the one that Hayrock took out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you loot the body, and you find a vial of a glowing blue substance.
Awesome. Putting that in my pocket.
Pull my dagger out of the one I took, wipe it on him, and also do a little search of that guy.
An excellent point. I'm going to recover my 2 thrown daggers that I missed with.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah, the other cultists, you see that one of them has like a medallion around its neck. It's probably worth a good 50 gold pieces.
I rip it off of him.
Yeah.
Okay. Violence on the dead.
The glowing blue, didn't that have something to do with the jewel we're looking for?
Well, the jewel we're looking for is sapphire.
It's a blue, dark blue, like glowing sapphire root, like sapphire
It is an
Let me
indigo
get the
blue sapphire.
Yeah.
yeah. It's an indigo blue.
But you
like an
did say it was an
egg-shaped.
actual gem, right? We're not just holding the prize and not realizing it.
Right.
Correct.
Because that would just be silly.
Is it like a Stilton blue kind of glow?
It looks like it's like a glowing, like just kind of like a glow stick kind of thing.
Ooh, rave.
Yeah, it looks like. I mean, you
Okay.
can kind of do whatever.
Can I have a look at it? I don't know. Maybe I can determine something about
Yeah.
it. Maybe it's magery.
Yeah, give me some sort of roll for that.
Intelligence. Okay.
No.
It's blue Gatorade.
Yeah, you
folks.
hold it. You hold it up and hold it up against the torchlight, and you kind of look through the tube, and you're kind of moving it
Sure
around.
is blue.
And it kind of has a little. It almost like as you turn the vial back and forth, it almost takes a second for it to kind of like move.
Oh, so it's a little thick.
Yeah, you'd say that the viscosity is. You'd almost like think that the viscosity is a little bit more than like regular liquid, but
That's
it's
interesting.
definitely clear.
Wait, you said it's clear, but it's blue?
Like you can see, but you can see through
Oh,
it.
I
It's
can
not
see
like
through
it's
it.
not like cloudy. It's you can
Okay,
see through
yeah,
it. I don't
okay,
know
right.
what you want to call it.
Roger that. Gotcha.
Translucent.
Clear blue
Translucent,
is
yeah, that's
also
what I was
known
like.
as
Wow, the
brilliant.
$5 words: viscosity and translucent.
I
All right,
So-
I've got nothing. This is a blue fluid, and it squishes around really slowly, but that's all I know.
Okay, so I want to kind of smell it, and I just take the lid off and kind of smell it and see if I can learn anything about it.
Yeah, you take the cork off the top of it, the vial, and you kind of hold it up to your nostrils and kind of give a scent of like berry blast.
Very glass. Should I roll like intelligence, see if I know anything about that smell?
You can if you want. It's totally up to you.
I mean, no, I got a 9. It's fine.
Yeah, it just smells like berry. It smells like berry blast.
Are there any other entrances or exits in the room besides the one we came in?
Yeah, that's a good question, isn't it? There is. You came into this room. You see to the upper right-hand corner, there is a set of stairs that go down a little bit. So basically, you went into this room. There were people praying, facing walls, chanting off to the left, and then in front of you, in the back corner, off to the right back corner, there's some steps that lead down. Kind of where the cultists were going to probably bring that survivor peasant there that you hadn't taken care of yet. It looked like they were probably going to take him that direction.
Well, if you guys are done searching for stuff, I say we go take a look down this stairway here.
I'm going to use my stealthy ability. Once a day, I can become invisible for 3 rounds.
Okay.
I think
Sure.
you meant your Stilton ability.
That's right.
Yeah, you go down these stairs, and it immediately turns to the left, and then there is a door off to your left, and a big long corridor off to your right that you can't quite see down.
Can we open the door?
I'm going to check the door for traps before we try and open it.
Okay. All right.
Give me a roll for that. 18.
18.
Yeah. Rizzo goes to open the door. It kind of you click down onto the handle, and right before Rizzo is about to move the door, Bree kind of smacks her hand and kind of like
Ow!
feels the door and the handle, and you can tell that there's something that kind of, maybe if you open this door, it might cause some sort of issue.
All right, I would like to try to disable whatever that issue is.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, so I have thievery, so I get advantage. So my first roll was a 10, and
Okay.
my second roll is 15, 18.
Yeah, no problem. You notice that the door is kind of, it's got some sort of trap on it that if it were open, it would cause some sort of lever to hit. And since you saw that, you disabled that and you opened the door freely. No issues.
Mozzarella melt back into the shadows and let the tank do their thing.
Are you walking into that room?
Yeah, I'm going into the room. I'm going into the room with my mace, just kind of like swinging it around, like, 'cause that's basically all it's good for at this point. It's just like
an accessory?
Like an accessory,
fashion accessory?
Just
fashion
like
accessory. Nice.
Intimidation.
Around. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just having a good time at this point.
All
Ever.
right. Who has the torch with them? Is it Hyrox still has the torch?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still carrying the torch for the time being.
I
Are you walking into the room?
Light it off of his torch and go, here you go. That one's almost out. Hold this one.
Okay, I will chuck the almost out torch and retain the new torch.
Awesome. So you're in this room, it lights up, and off to the side you can kind of see there's some like inlets on each side of this wall of this room. It's another kind of fairly small room, but at the end of it is a lumpy gray statue of a humanoid elephant man with wings, and it sits on a black plinth.
All right, a black what?
Plinth.
A plinth, like a pedestal.
Yep.
And this the only thing in this room?
It's the only thing in this room.
Alright.
Is there any doors or anything at the back of the room, or?
Just like this little room, like these little inlets. Looks like there's like little altars for offerings off to the sides, and then in the center of the room, right directly ahead, is the statue.
This is like a room.
Jason, it worries
What's that?
you and all of us.
I will approach the statue to about 10 foot away from it, and see if I can see anything more clearly.
And I'll go in front of him and get closer.
Okay, fine. You do that. I'll stand behind Rizzo while Rizzo activates whatever craziness is going to happen. Is there anything that I can see from up closer?
Just that it looks like a elephant man with wings.
Red Bull mascot. I believe I should nominate Cheddar to check the statue for any hidden compartments or things.
Yeah, so as they're going up, I'm kind of going in little alcoves, like very stealthily coming up that way. As long as I didn't run into anything along that.
You see various offerings that have been probably made to this god, some coins, some food, trying trying to think of what elephants like to eat. Probably like watermelons and
Circus peanuts.
fresh. Oh my god. Yeah, peanuts. Why not? We'll say peanuts. Like a big pile of peanuts on top of this altar.
That particular person who put that offer in there is no longer with us.
But yeah, in amongst the offerings, because it's all just kind of piled on top of there, you see probably like 20 gold coins on there.
I mean, I very quietly relieve the those.
Sure.
Yeah.
You gonna
Don't
eat
mention.
any of the food?
Huh?
You gonna eat any of the food?
No, I'm a food snob. That's
Anybody
how.
want a peanut?
Yeah, I don't see any cheese out here. Any fine cheeses? All right, so I get to the statue. I would like to inspect it for anything hidden.
How are you inspecting it?
I'm climbing all over it. I'm touching it.
Climbing all over it. Awesome. Can you give me an intelligence roll, please?
Nine.
Okay. So as you are climbing all over this elephant statue with the wings, you put your hand on its shoulder as you're climbing onto it, and all of a sudden you feel like this energy pulse through you, and it's almost like you black out and you see something. You see a whole bunch of various images. You see fire, destruction. You see a herd of elephants just trampling the ground. You see blue liquid kind of splash against some black slate. You see a bright blue indigo gem. You should get this vision of it. And as you see this blue gem, you see this, again, wave of water or wave of blue liquid that just kind of splashes up against it, and it starts to make everything kind of grow and makes everything like lush and green, and like almost like it brings life back to a very dead area. And you start to come to, and you like fall back off of the statue, and you've got this you come to, and you look at the palm of your hand, and inside the palm of your hand is like this almost like burned scar of what looks like kind of like an elephant head, but if you didn't know it didn't come from an elephant like statue, you probably just be like, oh, that's kind of a weird kind of burn scar. But now that you're looking at it, it kind of looks like an elephant head. And now you have a plus in going forward. You have a +1 to an intelligence roll in the future. One time.
Oh, one time. Okay.
I kind of do the like shake my head and then tell them everything I saw.
The liquid that you saw
I have
looks
liquid.
very much like the liquid that's in that vial.
Yeah.
Is this the liquid you saw?
Yes. I'm
Is there
also
anything
real
we should do
tempted to take a little sip of it to see if it makes me feel better.
What? Why? Okay, sure.
Is that what you'd like to do?
I mean, it made things grow again and replenish. And I feel like I've been marked by the elephant. And so, yes, I'm going to take a tiny sip of it.
You've been marked by the elephant in the room.
Support
That's
this
right.
Yeah,
decision.
you take the vial out of Rizzo's hands, uncork it, and take a sip of this blue liquid. It tastes kind of weird on your tongue. You kind of get this whiff of berry blast in your nostrils, but it doesn't quite taste like berry blast. It kind of almost like it kind of feels warm on your tongue as it slides down into your throat, and as it slides down your throat, you kind of feel rejuvenated, and you get 2 of your hit points back for this one sip.
So I tell everybody, I feel better. I think I'll go for a walk.
All right. So this vision happened when you touched the statue.
Yes.
Um,
Elephants, destruction, blue
Yeah.
liquid, things coming back to.
Should we
Would
try
anybody
to
else like to
revive? Should we try
Should we
to
try that?
revive the elephant with the rest of the blue liquid?
I mean, it's not a terrible. Well, I mean, it might be a terrible idea. I should have somebody say it's not a bad idea, but it sounds actually like it might be. And there's no sign of anything like a blue gemstone anywhere in this room. And there's no other way in or out
Not
of
that
this
you can
room.
tell. It's the only way in and out of that room.
I believe we feed the blue stuff to the elephant. Yeah, that seems to be.
Let's do just
I
like
mean-
a drop.
And there was no other pathways behind us that we could have taken alternatively. Yes, we had exhausted all of our pathways.
Not that we saw clearly.
Not that you could see clearly. You went up, and there was a door immediately to your left, and then there was a corridor off to your right that was very dark and very large.
Shoot, maybe we should go explore that corridor and then let's put a cork in it. And we. Why do you keep shaking your head at me like that? That's weird. Let's go back and check out that corridor real quick. Really, just like, actually, I'm going to try and cast a spell on one of my daggers. I'm going to try and cast a light spell on it real quick.
Okay.
Oh, Christ. I rolled a 1. Hang on.
Oh, that means that you get a spell
a
mishap.
or yeah? Is it
I think that's a mishap table. Yeah, I think that's that.
Oh crap!
That's not
it
good,
is. Okay.
Jason.
Well, no, why it might? It's not. Mishaps aren't always bad. I mean, the word mishap is highly misunderstood. So it's a D12.
Doug's like, no, you're about to experience a mishap.
I rolled a I rolled a 7. I lose the ability to cast a random spell on each of my turns until I pass a DC 12 Constitution check. I regain the ability to cast those spells after completing a rest. Okay. So I wow. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 spells. So I guess let's do the first one.
You want me to roll a d6?
Yeah, go ahead. You roll it. I don't.
All right,
Tell me what you get.
2. The second
I
one
can no
down.
longer cast protection from evil. Okay, so the
Nice.
lights, and I can't
That's
cast
good to
light
know.
because I failed the spell. So that one's gone.
Right.
So that's 2 spells I can't use now until my next long rest or whatever. All right. Well, I've got the torch, so I'm going to head to that hallway, which is going to take a turn, right?
Yeah. Well, you'll go out the door and you can just go straight.
No,
out
just
the
just
door.
for the purposes because I have to keep rolling con checks every turn.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So I'll roll my first con check. Oh, I rolled a natural 20. Ha ha! Success.
Oh, nice. Okay.
All right. So I've only lost light and protection from evil for the foreseeable future. Okay.
Cool.
Oh, and apparently I also lost Janet. My con check was not good enough.
So would you like to
okay.
So you're leaving? Am I getting the assumption that you're leaving this room?
Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna head for that hallway.
Okay.
I guess
you
I'm
head towards the hall.
gonna go with him
What's
because he's the one with the light. So
Yeah.
I will leave you in darkness.
You want to go down the hallway? I'll lead the way. You can follow behind my shield, so you don't get splatted.
That works for me.
This hallway is about double the size of the hallways that you've been used to in this domain. And you go probably about 30 feet, and there's a kind of a turn to the right, or you could just keep going straight. It's totally up to you.
I was hoping for a lack of options.
Right.
Let's go right. Yeah, let's take the side paths first.
Yeah, there's a door right there that.
Success. Has it got a handle?
It does have a handle, yes.
I will jiggle the handle, see if it's open.
It seems to be unlocked, yeah.
Is it a push door or a pull door?
It is a push door.
We need
Okay.
to check it for traps.
Yeah, you want me to take a peek?
Yeah, sure. If you want to, I'll step aside and hold the light.
You check it for traps, and I'll open the door.
Okay. First was 11 and a 5. So,
You can't quite tell if this one's trapped or not.
Good enough. Open.
Open the door. You open it, and all of a sudden you kind of hear this clicking noise, and almost like these hydraulics are kicking in, but you can't quite hear. It doesn't sound close. It sounds maybe down the corridor away from you.
That's probably not a good thing for us.
Down the corridor in the darkness, I should say.
Oh, into the room. What's in the room?
You go into the room, and it is. You see some silk mats on the floor, and in this, and there's a south alcove. You see a dead peasant, like the ones you've seen previously, and it's skewered inside an open iron maiden, fashioned entirely from ivory. Including
Ivory iron maiden.
Spikes. Yep, it's got elephant tusk spikes in it.
Dude, that's really kind of cool.
That's not excessive at all.
You can see there's blood running from this iron maiden down into the floor, and there's a gutter trench that kind of goes down into the floor and into the wall.
Is the blood fresh, or does it look like it's been drying?
It looks fairly fresh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Can we put a drop of the blue stuff onto the blood?
Oh. Are you gonna be a bartender?
You
You're gonna be a mixologist
absolutely.
now?
So you put a drop of this blue stuff onto the blood, and it kind of moves around a little bit here and there, and then it kind of floats down the gutter into the wall.
That's not gonna end well for us.
Because it's a gutter. It's gonna just
no,
follow
it's gonna flow the way it's gonna flow. Yeah.
Flow the way it's gonna flow.
Yeah. Okay, let's examine the peasant.
The peasant is dead.
Super dead.
Super dead. It's it's getting impaled from some spikes, and
And nothing else in the room other than this corpse.
Other than this corpse and this blood in this gutter that you can tell.
Are there any more exits from the room?
There is a door off to. If you were looking as you walked into the door, there's into the room. There is a door in the back left of the room, and as you see this back left door, you hear hoof prints or something kind of you hear something like thumping on the ground outside the door that you just came in the corridor behind you.
Oh, the door we just came through.
Yeah.
I guess we should probably make sure we're not going to get ambushed here.
Wheel around and jump in front with my shield and make sure we're not going to get ambushed.
I move to the side of the door, so I'm like up against the wall. The doorway's here.
Okay. As you kind of brace yourself for whatever's headed your way, you see this. You see this mammoth skeleton that is moving all on its own, and it has in its rib cage inside of it there are like 15 skulls rattling around from cords inside its rib cage. So as it's like racing down this corridor, you can kind of not only hear its, I guess you want to play it, say hoof or feet, pace. You can also hear these skulls rattling around on its inside, and it just kind of runs past that door, and now it's stopped right in front of the door with the altar that you were just in, and now it's turned around and it's going to proceed up that corridor again. It just seems to just keep walking back and forth this corridor.
I wonder if that clicking we heard lit it out.
Some sort of patrolling trap, maybe, yeah. Is it moving at a rate of speed that we could, once it walks past us, could we, get out of the room and go the other direction?
If you could probably sneak by it. It's pretty sentient. It'll probably notice you, especially if you have a light source with you. It'll probably notice that it's
fair. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I am carrying a torch.
But I'm not carrying a torch, so you just hang on to that.
All I heard was bait. But fine, I'll stay in the room, and we'll let Jetta do her thing.
Why don't we go through the other door in the back?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We go through the other door, and we just kind of let this kind of linger and maybe avoid it on the way out if we can.
Okay. I mean, I'm just the torchbearer at the moment, so you guys tell me where we're going. I'm still trying to dig that brain worm out of my ear.
So yeah, you're going to go into that room that's off to the left, into the back of this room.
Yeah.
As long as it's not where Clippity Cloppity's going, yeah.
You open. Are you going to check the door? Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. Considering the last one made funny noises. 9 and 12.
Yeah, you open the door very slowly and quietly. Does not seem to be trapped, but you opened it so quietly and stealthily that it definitely wouldn't have, set off any traps as it is, and it wouldn't alert anybody in this vicinity that you opened the door.
What do we see?
You look into the room, and there is a sorcerer hunched over a crystal ball on a pedestal, and he's feverishly scrying something. And he's just he's looking at something in this crystal ball, and he's kind of waving his hands over it, and you can see it's just got his entire attention.
Mm-hmm. I shoot at him with my bow and arrow.
Pew, pew, pew.
Okay. Give me a roll for that.
15, 3, 4. Dirty 20.
Yeah, it hits. And what does it do for damage?
9.
Yeah. So it you just hit him right in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just he's kind of got his eyes closed, and he's just kind of and then opens them and kind of looks at this this crystal ball, and then you just hit him square in the back with an arrow, and
Didn't see that.
whips
coming.
around. He whips around, and you can see his eyes just kind of glow yellow, and he motions towards you. And you can just tell he's super angry that you upset his or interrupted his ritual. Everybody roll me initiative, please.
6.
7.
14.
12.
Looks like he gets to go first. And I, unfortunately, did not get my... he's going to roll a 16. And he's going to run up to Bree and try to just smack the bow out of your hand.
I was going to say, holding
I don't have
the guilty weapon, empty bow.
And he rolled an 11, so I don't think that's going to do it.
AC 14. Suck it, wizard.
Yeah.
Hey.
Bad wizard.
No,
Sorry.
he just screams, "How dare you interrupt my ritual to Yagkesh. I will not let you all interrupt my very important business that I'm in the middle of."
What business is that?
None of your business.
It's Nunya.
It's Nunya? In that case, I'm going to make you look like Swiss cheese, bad wizard.
Oh.
All right. Whose initiative is it next? You were 14?
I am going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she got a 14. So it's well, the surprise round, then initiative, right? Yeah, so her turn. Yeah.
All right. So I go to stab him with my dagger.
Okay. I'm trying to find his stats because I don't have his stats in front of me. That was the one.
I don't think a 9 hits him.
No, it does not.
All right, for my turn, I'm gonna drop my staff on Bree's shoulder because she's so short, and I'm gonna pool cue him right in the chest.
Okay.
And I got a 16. Is that it? Do we know
Yeah,
yet?
that should hit.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it does.
Okay.
Right now, I'm gonna.
All right. That does 6 damage. I'm rolling aces on my d4s tonight.
Yeah. So, explain how that hits him.
Just like what he's like takes a swing at her, she stabs back at him, and when he leans in to do the attack on her, my staff just hits the side of her shoulder, and I just like slide it right up her shoulder and right into his chin, and his head just goes punk back.
Nice. Who's next on this initiative track at this point?
I think
this round?
Joran and then Rizzo.
Joran, go for it.
So they're pretty much all in the doorway at this point. It'd be hard for me to like
Right.
poke. I'm gonna throw my spear not at him, but at his little crystal ball that he was staring
Okay.
into. Be like,
Sure.
to heck with your seance
Rich,
ritual,
a ritual, sure.
and I rolled a 9.
You throw it. It does not hit it. Goes whizzing past it. Does not interrupt the ritual. That would be Rizzo's turn, I think.
Yes.
Yep, Rizzo's turn.
Right. I'm going to I'm going to climb up onto High Rock's shoulders and try and get some leverage. You know, maybe my base will work even more Gouda if I'm up higher. So we're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna attack him.
You want to see if you have advantage with the elevation, but yeah, okay, go for it.
Yeah, no.
Does it not hit?
I
What's
got
up with our dice rolls?
7.
Not good. Not good. So this wizard grabs Bree and flings them into the room to try to get to the other ones that are around that area. He tries to grab Bree, grabs a hold of her, and tries to maneuver her out of the doorway. And you're just kind of struggling back and forth in between him, and doesn't do any damage. He's just struggling with it at this point.
Trying to use my shoulder to use High Rock's staff to like fight him off.
Sure.
All right, back to me.
Whose turn is it now? Yep.
I again talk big game, and I'm gonna hit him with my dagger. But between being grappled and the staff, it's a 12. So swing and a miss.
Okay.
All right. For my turn, I am going to do my smoke bomb trick again. I'll just like bang, throw a smoke bomb on the floor, and I'm gonna try and cast Misty Step. Oh no, sir. The smoke clears, and I'm just like, ha! Oh, I didn't move.
Kind of looks. He kind of looks at you and kind of sneers, like, "What kind of amateur fool comes into my lair and tries to perform that kind of magic?"
So I lose
Joran,
access to Misty Step.
Oh, what would you like to do?
No.
Oh, am I up?
Yep.
So there's still this dog pile in the middle of the doorway.
Yeah, pretty much.
So why not add to the dog pile? So I'm gonna basically shield charge him since my spear is in the distance at this point.
On the other side of the room at the moment.
Right.
Shield, just brace it and like try and just bowl him over to just try and hopefully run through everyone and reset this whole thing.
Sure.
So I'm gonna roll a something.
Give me some sort of strength roll, I guess.
Sweet. 8.
Yeah, you put your shield up. What is up with us tonight? And you just kind of like try to push your way past everybody and trying to get everybody out of this doorway. And you just kind of add to the jumble that is in the middle of this doorway.
The comedy of errors.
I told you, halfling bowling is not a sport.
All right.
And that would
whose
be
turn is it now?
Rizzo's turn then, yeah.
My
Rizzo.
turn. Okay. I guess I'm going to try and hit this guy with my mace that I have now nicknamed Bada.
It's no longer
Gouda.
What once was Gouda is now
Okay.
Bada.
It's
It's not
Bada.
bad. I get it.
Bada rolled a 19.
Yay!
Yeah, that hits.
The rebranding can be successful.
Hey.
So,
Okay, so let's see. 7 damage.
Yeah, you wind up, hit him square in the shoulder. He goes stumbling back into the room, and you do 7 damage to him.
And we're all standing there saying, you should be way more
and
shocked
now-
than you are, sir.
And
No one
now
is
it
as shocked as she
is
is.
my
It is
turn,
indeed.
I believe it's
You
my
are
turn.
top of the
So-
rails.
I am going to cast a spell.
Oh, I totally thought you were going to say aspersions.
This is going to
He's a casting those all night,
Death
Jason.
Bolt.
What?
I'm going to cast Death Bolt to.
I strongly protest.
what?
I'm going to cast Death Bolt at. Let's just do one of the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, which would be Rizzo. And
Of course it
I've
would.
got to roll. I've got to roll a 15.
Okay. Or
I rolled a 5. I rolled a 5.
oh, okay.
Nice.
Whew.
So, yeah, you can tell he tried to wind up for a spell, and basically had the same thing happen that Hyrock happened, where this seems to be ineffective.
I feel this like static electricity on me, and I'm like, ew, ew, ew.
Your fur standing on end.
Who's up first?
Me.
That's Cheddar.
Yep. So I'm going to, since I haven't been able to stab him, and now he's stepped away, I'm gonna use my bow. And shake it at him angrily.
Yeah, she just kind of laughs at you like,
Just you wait, sir.
It's
Once
the
I
most
figure out what
impotent
I'm
fight
doing,
on
you're
both
in
sides
danger.
ever.
I will wind
Hyrock.
up with my staff and try and smack him upside the head again. Actually, I'm going to try and drive him back further into the room.
okay.
I'm not trying to do damage. I'm just going to basically try to put the end of my staff against his chest and just kind of run him back into the room, sort of situation, just to give us more room to move.
Okay.
I got a 13 on my roll.
Yep,
I guess that
hits.
would be up. Okay. Do you want me to roll like an opposed strength kind of thing with me?
Sure.
Because I'm not really trying to damage him. I'm trying to overcome his own strength. So,
Right.
roll a 14 on that.
You beat me.
Okay. So just like shove him back like I don't know, 5 or 6 feet or whatever into the room, just to give us enough room to move around.
Yeah, he's back. He's in back now. He's shoved in back of that pedestal with the crystal ball on it, and he's definitely, his eyes are glowing even more yellow, and he's just extremely agitated. You can tell.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was gonna say if this ritual is slowly finishing while we're whiffing at him constantly, this isn't gonna go well. All right. That makes it Joran's turn, I guess. Yeah.
Jordan.
All right. Now that there's some space, I
Sure.
run into the room to grab my spear.
Yep. No problem.
That's my plan. I don't know if I have enough oomph in that movement to grab the spear and then attack him with the spear.
Sure. We'll say maybe you can attack with disadvantage if you want to attack at the same time.
Yeah, it can't hurt.
Yeah. You can usually move 30 feet and still pick something up and do something if you want. Yeah.
Yeah. We won't give you disadvantage. We'll just say you can do it. You can go grab something and throw it.
All right, well, I ain't telling.
He throws it back across to the other side of the room.
What did you roll?
So what's funny is that I rolled the disadvantage roll and it wasn't horrible, and then I was like, okay, well, we're gonna roll one because you said no disadvantage, and that turned out to be a 1. So
What was the first roll?
I mean, I think for entertainment purposes, we stick with the 1.
I mean,
Yeah, I think so. I think you throw the spear. It goes whizzing past the wizard and hits Oh, actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna say that
whizzing past the wizard.
it goes whizzing past the wizard. No, it doesn't go whizzing past the wizard. We'll try something. We'll go a little bit different. We'll say you go to throw the spear at the wizard, but you miss it, and it goes near the crystal ball. And roll me a d6, please.
Can do. 3.
Okay. It knocks the crystal ball off of the table, off the little pedestal, and starts rolling on the floor, but it breaks your spear.
No.
That's a tough crystal ball.
Right.
Say that it had some sort of magic energy that it was surrounding it, and decided to make sure that anything that was attacking it would not survive. Rizzo, what would you like to do?
I would like to continue clobbering this guy in the face.
Okay. So you're going to run up and swing your mace and just try to take him out?
I hate this game so much right now.
Did you miss?
Yeah, I missed. I rolled a 7.
Yeah. Wow, what the heck is going on with you guys' rolls? Yeah. So you swing, he moves, and he just kind of laughs again. Like, you all are dead. Why are you even trying at this point? And at this point, he's going to look at Rizzo.
Uh-oh.
And he is going to try to cast Fire Blast.
Bow, bow, bow.
Yay!
Bye, bye, bye.
And he rolled a 10, so that does not succeed. Wow, what
We're all
I'm
just
okay
like
with
Just like,
Jim
oh.
Carrey fighting with each
Yeah,
other.
we're all just
yeah,
like
yeah, it's just
slappy
kind of,
face,
it's kind of, yeah. All right, Bree, it's your turn.
It's kind of warm in here, isn't it? Man. It feels warm, right?
all that magical
Right.
energy.
I'm gonna stab him with my dagger. Oh, thank
Okay.
goodness. 22.
Okay,
Finally.
Nice, that hits. Yeah.
finally
Yeah, no
something.
3 damage.
Yeah, you stab him, and where are you stabbing him?
I'm stabbing him right in the side.
Right inside, yeah. He just kind of winces a little bit, but then stands straight back up and kind of almost like he laughs it off, like it was no big deal. It was like a split-second thing of pain for him, and then totally fine. But does 3 damage to him. Rock, what are
Okay.
you doing?
I'm going to run over to the pedestal, and I'm going to take my staff in both hands over to my head and just bring my staff right down on top of the crystal ball and try and crack it. And I rolled an 18
okay.
to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And it does only 3 damage, though.
Yeah, you. You swing down and hit the crystal ball. It cracks it, but doesn't quite shatter it. And as you make the impact onto this crystal ball, you look at the crystal ball, and in the crystal ball, you see an image.
Of?
The image is of a larger sludge pit, almost like the one that you saw before, that you encountered before. But you see 4 of these cultists that are all kind of around this pool, and they're all kind of doing this guttural kind of prayer seance kind of thing. and one of them you can see is walking towards this pool of sludge, and he's got this blue glowing gemstone.
Is there a find my location button? Click, click, click. Anyway, that's my turn.
All right, the Joran.
I am going to draw my dagger.
Okay.
Since my spear is no more, and just go to town on this guy.
Okay.
You know, I busted out my special D20 that I haven't used in a while, and I rolled a 3. Well, so 7. So
everybody's rolls seem to be quite low this evening, which is kind of sad. Yeah, you try to attack him, and he seems to kind of move with like this fluid motion, where you try to stab him, as you just kind of catch his robes and that he's wearing, and doesn't hit him at all. And is it Rizzo's turn?
Yes,
Rizzo's
it's
turn.
my turn. I noticed that Hyrok is kind of sort of entranced by the crystal ball. Like, it's clear that he's seen something in it. So I want to go over there and also look at it.
Mm-hmm.
And see if I know anything about where they're at.
Yeah. You go over there and you see 4 cultists around a pool of sludge, similar to the pool that you saw earlier, and one of them is holding a blue sapphire gemstone that's looks very large and very valuable.
Okay,
and
then
he's walking it towards this sludge pool. And what else? What else would you like to do?
Pick it up and attempt to break it.
The crystal ball?
Yeah, I want to pick it up and then shatter it on the ground.
Okay, do it. Give me a roll for that. It's going to be a DC of 15.
12, but I have advantage because I have grit strength, right?
Okay.
That's not better. It's fine.
Yeah, you pick it up and you try to shatter it onto the ground, and it just kind of just bounces, almost like there was like this
like a
force.
basketball.
Yeah, it just kind of bounces there. It kind of has like this force that's protecting it, kind of like when the spear went towards it, and kind of
turns
just
out the ball's been made of rubber the whole time.
Yeah, it's kind of prevented it from getting damaged. The wizard then looks at both Hyrok and Rizzo because you're trying to damage his ball, and his crystal ball. What do you guys? Wow!
Yikes!
And he is going to come over and he's going to void step over towards you. Let's see.
Sir, this is a no magic zone.
Let's see here.
It's for me.
Oh no, self and up to 4 willing targets. There's no willing targets there. You guys don't want to come with him. He's just going to come up and try to smack Rizzo, and he rolls a 5, which is ridiculous. And tries to backhand Rizzo away from this crystal ball, and Rizzo just kind of ducks out of the way, and just scampers along the floor like a rat does, and just totally misses.
Some
what
say
are y'all
they're
doing
still
next?
fighting to this day.
Yeah, exactly.
Locked in eternal
I'm up.
combat.
So I would like to grab. The ball is glowing, right? Like it's.
Well, yeah. It's like it's like a crystal ball. It's
Yeah.
it's got
Trying
got a
to
little-
grab the wizard's ball.
Yes, I'm friendly like that. I'm gonna grab his ball,
okay.
and I'm gonna leave the room. Like I'm gonna go right out
Okay.
into the hallway.
Oh,
All
you're
right.
gonna try and bugger off with his ball.
Yeah. I'm gonna say
Isn't
you
there
do
a
that.
thing out
Say that
there?
there's no. Isn't there what?
Isn't there like a skeleton guard
Patrolling
out
the hall. If they run down for a ball, he might be immune. Yeah, well.
Yeah, you go into like the empty room with the. Isn't that the
there?
room
Oh,
with
there's
the?
room. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, we went
Yeah,
down the
there's
other
the
side.
room.
Yeah,
There's another room.
Yeah, with
the
the
room with
the
the,
Iron Maiden.
the
Yeah.
ivory Iron Maiden, the Ivory Maiden, I guess.
The Ivory Maiden, and you go into that room with the crystal ball. What else is
Okay.
everybody else doing?
While she's running away with the ball, I'm going to try and smack that wizard upside the head with my staff.
Okay,
And I got a 20, dirty 20,
nice. That hits.
for 4 points of damage to ye old wizard. Ha ha! Finally.
Just kind of smack him side the head. It kind of hits his face and kind of like makes it all smush for a second, and then it kind of comes back. And
It's like, seriously.
It's just like, guys, what do you do? Like, he just kind of looks at you and he's like, "You amateur wizard, you're no match for me." And then
what your mom said.
Joran, it is your turn.
Stabbing him with my dagger. That's the only thing I could think
All
of
right.
now. I'm just continually, one of these days, I'm going to roll something that's not single digits. However, oh, wait, that'd be a 10, so that's not horrible.
Hey!
Not quite.
did you-
Not quite.
Did you roll a 10, though, or did you just add up to a 10?
I rolled a 6.
There you go.
Rolled a 6. Yeah. Yeah. No. He's just avoiding all of your attacks. And now, Rizzo, what would you like to do?
I would like to pull out the vial of blue liquid and show it to him and say, "Does this mean anything to you?"
Oh, he
Negotiation.
stops square in his tracks and was like, "You are not worthy of that. That belongs to me. Hand it over, and I will let you live, unlike your friends here."
I don't think so. Well, I'm not handing it over. So I'm gonna run out the room.
You show him the vial. You kind of like a nana nana boo boo, stick your head in doo doo, and then roll and then ran into the other room.
Yeah.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, let me present your tank to you.
Nothing's working. I don't know what to
In
do.
true Muppet fashion, we're going to resort to Nana Nana Boo
Like a
Boo.
Muppet doing the whole.
I've got something that you want.
Well,
All right.
it's the wizard's turn now. After
It's
Rizzo
the wizard's
goes.
turn. Yeah, the wizard is then going to cast Fire Blast. And actually, no, you know what he's going to do? He's going to roll Void Step and try to teleport himself into the other room so that he doesn't have to chase you. And he rolled a 20. Boom! All of a sudden, he just kind of fades into this black cloud, and then poof, it's gone. Kind of like when you see what's the Nightcrawler in X-Men,
Oh, bam!
and all of a sudden, miraculously, he's like 10 feet away from Bree in the other room, and she's face to face holding his ball, and he kind of just like looks at her, and he looks up at him, and all of a sudden, Rizzo kind of comes flailing in with her vial of blue, and, like, "Ah!" And then she kind of just stops dead in her tracks.
Okay,
All right.
Bree.
Bree, it's your turn. You have this wizard staring you down that just miraculously appeared in front of you.
So I'm holding the wizard ball like this, and he's right in front of me, and I just panic and throw it at his stomach.
Whoa.
Okay.
Hot
I
potato.
wasn't expecting him to pop up there. So like a medicine ball. Like imagine
Yeah,
Sure.
in the gym, yeah. Chucking those little medicine balls at each other.
19.
Oh!
Yeah. Roll me a d6.
Fuck yeah, 6. Oh, I'm sorry, Doug. Your channel, family friendly.
It's all right,
My
it's
bad.
all right.
It was a 6.
It's all good. Yeah, you chuck this glowing crystal ball at him, and it hits him square in the in one of the wounds that you have done previously, and blood starts gushing out of it and does 6 points of damage to him. And then the ball drops to the ground and starts rolling towards Rizzo.
Okay. I am not in the room, obviously.
No, you're not.
I'm going to spend both my actions, I guess, running back to the other room.
Okay.
I'll arrive in the doorway of the other room, I guess, at the end of my round, and that'll be it for me.
Okay.
And that goes to
Jordan,
Jordan.
what would you like to do?
I am following because I don't have a torch, and everybody's
Oh,
going
that's right.
That's a good
away.
point.
And so I'm running just to keep up with them.
Yeah, you kind of see the light in the other room. You see, what's it, Hyrock? You have the torch, right?
I have the torch, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, you see Hyrock kind of go out to the other room, and you follow him as well. And now, Rizzo, what would you like to do?
You're on mute.
Sorry. I would like to attempt to smash the crystal ball again since it has rolled towards me.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure that's what we need to get rid of. Oh. Dirty 20.
Nice. Yeah, you. What do you take your mace and you just smash it?
No, I'm picking up the ball and I'm smashing it on the ground.
Okay. Yeah, you pick it up and you smash it onto the ground. It kind of like shatters into all of these glass pieces, and this bright light kind of emits from it as it makes impact into the ground. And it's kind of blinding for a second, and then it just slowly kind of almost like it gets sucked into the shards, and it just totally goes out.
Does anything happen to the wizard?
The wizard gets really mad. You broke his toy.
Awesome. Cool.
And at this point, he looks over at Rizzo and casts Fire Blast.
Naturally.
And that hits.
As one
does. And it's going to do 4d6.
Whoa!
Oh.
What?
Oh, that's a spicy fire yike.
It does 22. No.
Look.
What was that? 5, 11.
I only have 8 hit points.
3.
There-
It does 17 damage to you.
Definitely
Get
is
mad if you
the-
smash the
now.
ball.
That's what happens when you smash crystal balls in front of a wizard.
Look, I thought it would hurt the wizard. I didn't think that I was going to be engulfed in flame and charred.
Whoosh.
So you are down at 0, and
Yeah.
roll a d4. You're negative points, but we'll say that we'll say that you have a couple rounds to like roll a d4 just to kind of
D4 plus your
keep it
Constitution
going.
modifier.
Yeah,
D4 plus 0. Got it.
yeah.
It's just not mine. It's 2 like mine.
So that's a 1. Par for the
Woo!
Okay.
course. My night.
One round to get stabilized, or the flames put out your hair, and yeah. All right. Sheta,
So that was his turn.
Bree.
So yeah, Bree.
So does
Bree,
that mean that
what-
currently Rizzo is our light source?
Yes, Rizzo is a
Um,
more effective light source than the torch that I'm holding right now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. So while the wizard is faced away looking at her, I'm going to backstab him since I'm not his focus.
Okay. Sure.
So backstab with the dagger.
He is distraught.
Ooh, 19 plus 4, so 23.
Awesome.
Good hit.
That is 8. 14 damage.
Yeah, you destroy this wizard. So tell me how you destroy him.
So I see him, my cheese-loving friend, on fire like a baked cheese. And I jump up with my dagger, stab him in the shoulder, and just let my little body weight hang it down.
Awesome. Yeah, he gives out this cry of pain and says something like, "If you think defeating me is going to stop what's coming, you are sorely mistaken." And then collapses to the ground and then expires.
As soon as he drops, I yell to our friends, "Find the blue liquid on her and feed it to her."
I will do that because it's my turn. I will scramble over there and I will dump the blue liquid on her.
Yeah. She's still
Son of a
Dark,
bitch.
apparently.
you pour the liquid onto Rizzo, and all of a sudden your torch goes out, and you
I
have no idea
if Rizzo survives. Yeah.
what transpires as soon as the liquid hits her body.
I have
anybody
no
else have a
torches
torch?
nor a way to light a torch, so
I have one torch and I have flint and steel, so that's
Okay.
my next action when it's my turn.
that was excellent timing, though. Live, poof. Wait, what?
Oh, do we get to continue? I thought that was it.
No. So as you light the torch, you see Rizzo, all of her burns and all of her, all of her damage and all of her wounds miraculously start to heal, almost like she's got regeneration powers, like we'll say like Wolverine from X-Men, and she just starts, her face starts to become normal, and her arms all kind of, come back, and she stands up, and she's just like, "Took you guys long enough."
Come on, bring in for Rizzo.
And Rizzo's totally full back, totally healed as if nothing happened to her.
Woo!
But you got rid of all of the blue liquid that was in that vial.
I didn't want
Because
to take the chance.
as you were-
of
As
Yeah.
Hirak was trying to pour it, he was going to try to save some of it, but the light went out and it took him off guard, and he dumped the whole thing on Rizzo, which is probably okay because it saved Rizzo's life.
Boo!
Don't you? Hey, I could kill you again if you want. You tried to kill me earlier and you failed, and you died, and I brought you back to life. So, no booing from you.
The cinematic sequence of how that went down in my head was absolutely amazing, by the way.
That's very cool.
I'm gonna save you.
falls to the ground in flames.
Lactus.
Blue light, the torch goes out, everything is silent.
Oh yeah. Whoosh.
Okay.
Yeah.
What? That was great.
Why is everybody standing over top of me, guys? What's going on?
All right. I think we should do a very, very quick search of the wizard's room just to make sure there's nothing in there.
Yeah.
And then
I want to search the corpse of the wizard because I would love to get hands on some of them spells if he's got any scrolls in his pockets.
Give me a roll for that.
Sure.
Jason?
Intelligence or what? Like Dex for searching, maybe, or something? I don't know.
Intelligence. Let's do an intelligence roll.
Please, thank you for saying intelligence because my Dex is -2.
Then
that didn't help
do dexterity.
It doesn't matter. I got a 7.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you notice that he doesn't have anything on him that's worth anything.
Bummer.
You go back into the wizard's room, and along the back wall, you see some sort of metal object along the back wall. Jordan, is there anything in particular that you're looking for?
Not necessarily. Just gonna search and stuff.
Okay. Let's just say that you find a longsword.
Oh, I mean, if you were talking about weapons, then I'm absolutely looking for a spear.
You're looking for a spear?
I mean, if I find a longsword, that's cool.
Here, I'll give you my staff. You can tie the sword to the end of it and call it a spear.
Let's roll. I'm gonna roll a d4 and see if you find a spear. No, you do not. But you find a longsword at least.
Right. I'm good with that. It's better than a dagger.
Yeah, it's like one of the longswords that the cultists had on them when they were attacking you.
So, other than the pedestal that the orb was on, is there any other furniture in here, or like tapestries or anything?
Yeah, we'll say that there's some some tapestries, and there was some like a wizard's chair.
Okay, I would like to snap off a leg of the chair and wrap a tapestry around it.
Okay. A makeshift torch?
Yep.
Okay, sure.
Having seen that vision in the crystal ball, is there any way that I would recognize where that... Like, did it look like it had black slate walls or whatever, like this dungeon we're in? Or was it somewhat completely different?
It looked like it was somewhere completely different. Bree would have to tell you whether or not it was familiar to this area.
Speak up, Bree.
Bree, what were your visions? Did, when you touched that elephant, did it look like it was like the beginning visions? Did they look like they were from this area?
No. Oh wait, I should roll intelligence roll on that.
There you go.
And I have advantage for one intelligence roll.
Okay. Yeah, +1. You have a +1.
+1. 14, 16, 17.
Yeah. What do you have the choice of whether or not it was from?
Oh, from this area or not?
Yeah.
Yes, it was from this area.
Yeah. So you know that whatever was going to cause those visions towards the end originates from actions that are being taken in this immediate area. Or could happen from actions from this immediate area.
I'm just wondering, like, because I need that gem. If
you need that gem?
Yeah. For my church. Remember? That's why I'm here. Although I am very impressed with the amount of burning cultists and whatnot that we've achieved, and a dead enemy wizard is very cool too. So I'm happy with the progress. Okay, so what we only have the big hallway to check now, right?
Yeah, the big hallway that's being patrolled by the mammoth undead skeleton.
Giant
show of hands,
ones.
how many torches do we have left in the group?
I mean, I have the makeshift one I just put together.
I have 2 more.
Rizzo has 2. Okay, so we're good for torches because Jordan just used his last one, right? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, down the long hallway. Your Rizzo's fully healed. I'm okay adjacently. How are Bree's good? I think, right? Only a
I
little
have 4
damage.
hit points.
Good enough.
I'm fine. I'm good. Feel loose.
That's
Let's
not
go.
good at all. Okay. Is there any chance we can sneak past the skeleton while it's patrolling the other direction, or is it just automatically going to have a chance to notice us?
I mean, you could cause a distraction probably and make it.
Hmm.
So it comes down that hallway back to the room where we killed the
Where you saw the vision.
where we saw the vision. So
It just keeps going in. So you've got a hallway right here. You're in this room. You're in this room, and you've got a hallway right here. It just keeps
It just goes
passing back and forth. Right.
what if we take this rest of this wizard's chair and some of the other tapestries and whatnot and put a fire in that room, so when it comes that way it sees the fire?
We could try as a distraction, yeah.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Let's do it. Let's light this place on fire.
Yeah, we're going to light this
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay.
Let's make this party lit.
I don't know.
Also, Jason, I would try snacks, but it'd look like which does Sword in the Stone, where the skeleton? No, Black Cauldron, where the skeleton's drinking the wine. It's just running through its ribs.
Last unicorn.
Last unicorn. It's late. I couldn't remember which one. Anyways,
Right, yeah, okay. We're going to go burn some stuff. We're going to be pyromaniacs.
yes.
Yeah. So are you just gonna put this stuff out in the hall and burn it up, or
Right at the entrance.
It's a big, right at the entrance of the room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that
like,
other
so
one.
The idea being that
Okay.
it focuses on that long enough for us to get down to the other end.
Okay. So you're gonna throw it all at that end, light it on fire. So when it comes down, it's gonna look at that, and you're gonna sneak by it.
That is our masterful plan.
Perfect plan. I love it. And we'll say that you can pull that off, no problem. And since it's undead and it doesn't really have too much intelligence, it just kind of just stops and watches the fire and flames, and
Stops, drops, and
you
rolls because it
guys
thinks it's on fire. Oh, back and forth, back and forth, back and
sneak behind it and end up going down that corridor. And when you get to that corridor, you see in front of you is a big cage area that looks like it was just opened. And off to your right is a hallway with some stairs that lead down.
forth. Ooh, down is usually successful.
Let's go downstairs.
Down we go.
You go down and you get to the bottom of the stairs and shine your light in, and you see a big pool of sludge with 4 cultists around it,
Yes.
with one of them now holding this blue giant sapphire, about to throw it into the big pool of sludge. What would you like to
Bree,
do?
Lord of the Rings him. Take him down.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do they notice us?
They don't yet,
All right.
because they are paying attention to the sludge pool and not the entrance.
Get him.
I just got a nat 20.
What were you trying to do?
I was doing my sneak with my bow. So, which is 4d4 on a success.
Okay. Who are you trying to hit?
The guy who's
There's
holding
four-
it.
there's-
So before he throws it, I want to knock him so that way he drops it.
Just
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You hit him square in the chest. How much damage does he do? Do you do?
Max damage? Or roll my damage?
You rolled a 20. You rolled a 20, right?
I rolled a 20.
Okay. So yeah, max damage. What is it?
Max damage would be 16.
Okay. Yeah, you just take him right out. Just 'cause as he's holding this giant blue, almost glowing sapphire above his head, you hit him square in the chest, and he falls slowly backwards and falls to the ground, and the sapphire lands on the ground in back of him.
Can I run in and attempt to catch the sapphire before he hits the ground?
No, because you'll have cultists in your way.
Oh.
Can she go cultist bowling with her body?
You can go in and try to take out one of the cultists if you want to.
I mean, yes, I will do that. I will
Okay.
try and get through the cultist to get the sapphire.
So Bree takes out the guy, and they're all kind of like distracted because they're all kind of chanting and saying things, and they were kind of at the last minute they were kind of watching this cultist throw the sapphire into this pool of sludge, and all of a sudden they see him go down, and so they don't quite know what's happening just yet. And before they can turn and move, you come running in, and
I got a 14.
yeah, that hits.
Okay. Six, 7, 8, 9. 9.
9 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that takes out. You take your mace and just full on whack him right side the head. His head whips around. Brains and skull kind of splatter out into the sludge pit, and blood and brains kind of like splatter across the face of the other cultist that's next to him.
That's
our
not
tank.
me this time.
And
Yeah.
and he's doing this just as they're all kind of turning to look at you as you're coming through the entrance, and he just kind of gets a whole face full of brains and blood in his eye.
Yeah.
And now everybody roll for initiative.
All right.
Rizzo came in like a wrecking ball. 7.
13.
9. Jordan was on mute.
Jordan, what did
My bad, I forgot I was on mute. 16.
16?
7.
7?
I got 13.
13?
9.
Okay, so it's going to go Joran, Hyrock, me, Rizzo, Bree, I believe.
Yes.
Yep. Okay, Joran, you're up.
I am
There are 2 other cultists in this room.
battle cry, sword in the air, shield raised in true dwarven style to try and like distract them even further. Not that it's really going to do anything at this point, but I'm just charging at the first cultist. Just
Sure. He kind of gets up at the same time, and although he's not ready with a weapon or anything, but what did you roll?
16.
Yeah, that hits.
8 sword. 1 damage.
You go to swing, and he kind of grabs the sword, and kind of you can see him grab, instead of grabbing the handle of the sword, he actually grabs the actual blade, and he's just kind of fighting you and struggling with you, and it kind of cuts his hand and does 1 point of damage. Hyrock, I believe it's your turn.
All right. Having absolutely no offensive spells remaining to me, I'm just going to rush into the room alongside Joran and crack the guy who's holding Joran's sword at the moment. I got a 14 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Okay, D4 damage. 5 points of damage.
Yeah, you hit him right side of the head, or right side the right in the side, and he just kind of stumbles to the ground a little bit, and definitely is not in good condition.
And as your turns are...
At this point, the one cultist that's not engaged gets up and runs over to the sapphire and
No.
grabs it
No.
and just holds it up, and he throws it into the sludge.
No! No! You can't do that!
You see this, it's like one of those things with the coin where it's like right on the surface of the sludge for a while, and it's slowly starting to sink in just a little bit. Rizzo, what would you like to do?
I would like to not let you do that. I want to like jump at the gem as it's
Dive, Rizzo, dive.
You gonna jump at the gem?
Where am I? Can I like?
You're right at the edge of the pool because you took out that one guy, right?
Yeah, I would like to attempt to do some like crazy ninja, like rat ninja ability that I don't have to grab the gem and like pull it out of the mud. I can't believe
We'll say that yeah, you jump in. It is about knee high to everybody, except for you, because for you it is like up almost to your chest, and as soon as you jump in, you sink quite a bit into it, and you have to. Since you're so small, you didn't quite jump to it, and now you're kind of doing that thing where you're trying to like just struggle to get through it. Like it's almost like you're running in water almost, but it's like sludge, so it's even heavier. So you'll get to it probably by the beginning of next round.
you didn't even have me roll anything to see if I could do a good job.
We all believe you could fall into a pit of mud.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty easy to roll into.
If we had relied on the dice, you would have fallen outside the pool. You know that. That's how the dice.
Listen, I would have rolled a 16. I'll have you know.
Would you have really?
Yes.
Then you okay? So as you jump, you do a somersault in the air, and then land exactly where you ended up.
Thank you. That's what I was going for.
Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome. Bree, what would you like to do?
I yell, Artax! I mean, Rizzo!
Oh, Artax. No.
And then I run over to the mud, and I use my bow to like hold out to where she's at by the gem. And I try to use the bowstring/bow to like get under the gem to keep it from sinking further until she can grab it.
Okay.
To try and pull them both in.
Okay.
I'm short too. I don't think I can make it in there, and I think two of us flailing in the mud is probably not the best idea.
This is the weirdest mud wrestling thing ever. Splish, splash, splish, splash.
Jordan, it's your turn.
We killed them all the cultists?
No, there's one that's wounded in front of you in Hyrock, and then there's one that just threw a gem into the sludge pool.
The one that had your sword in his hand, I clubbed him and he dropped to his knees, but he didn't die.
Yeah, he's got a few hit points still left to him.
If his hand is still on my sword, I'm basically just my attack is going to be ripping it and going downwards to like cut through his hand, get into his body.
Awesome. I love it.
19.
Nice.
Yeah, that succeeds. How much damage do you do?
Different D8, so 2 damage this time. This is great.
Yeah, no, that's just enough. That's just enough. Like it just he as you like reach down and do those last few points of damage, he says, Yakesh cannot be stopped. His return is imminent, and he just dies.
Yakesh, Gesundheit, and I kick him into the mud.
You kick him in the mud?
Sure.
The sludge pool? You kick him into the sludge pool?
Yeah. Just as a last little fuck you. Excuse me.
Okay. Yeah.
Just,
He starts to sink slowly into the mud slower and slower. He's a little bit heavier than the gem, of course, so he's sinking definitely a lot faster. Hirok, what would you like to do?
I am going to attempt to cast floating disc underneath the gem, so that it can't possibly descend any further.
In the mud. Okay, go for it.
Yeah. Natural 20.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So I make this weird cupping motion with my hands, and I thrust them both forward, and it just this little disc, like this 2 foot by 2 foot disc, appears underneath the gem, holding it out of the mud, or like holding it in place in the mud anyway.
Yeah.
So it can't sink any further.
Perfect.
And that is my turn.
The one cultist that is still remaining jumps headfirst and dives into the sludge pit and goes to try to lower the gem into the sludge, and it is just trying to make its way over to the gem. Rizzo, what are you doing? You are now at the gem, and it is being held up by not only Bree with her bow and that string, but also by this floating disc that, and you can see that it definitely wants to sink further, but it's having a lot of resistance between the two things that are keeping it up.
Yeah, the disc can hold up to 20 gear slots worth of space, just FYI.
Yeah. Oh. It's almost like something unnatural is pulling it into the sludge.
But I want to get it out, so can I like grab onto the bow and have Bree pull us? Like, I'm gonna hold. I got the gem now.
Okay.
And I'm actually holding it above my head because.
So like a couple inches above the sludge.
Yeah, because I'm so short. And
you could climb on top of the disc with it, because the disc is underneath the gem too. So you could stand on that. It can hold up, like I said, it can hold up to 20 gear slots worth of stuff. So
you're right. Actually, that's a better idea. I'm gonna get on top of the thing, the disc, and I'm gonna throw the gem out of the pool to Bree.
Okay. Give me a roll for Dex.
Nine.
Yeah, we'll say it's a pretty easy thing. You throw it, and you throw it in Bree's direction, and it doesn't end up in her hands, but it ends up on the ground next to her.
As long as it's out of the sludge pit, I'm cool with that.
Sure. Whose turn is it next? Is it Bree's?
Mine. Yes. I grabbed the gem and put it in my bag.
Okay. As you grab and hold the gem, you get those visions of. You get those visions again, but this time you get visions of fire, destruction, like the world burning, and just general Armageddon.
So all the good stuff that I saw is gone?
Yeah.
Did we do a bad thing?
I
mean, I'm okay with it. I just want to know for sure.
We just got a gem that's worth 1,000 gold. I'm good.
Yeah, so fire and brimstone is not outweighing the value here.
I am so horrified because what I saw in the initial visions were like the earth was just blooming and growing, and I imagined all the fine cheeses I would get to taste out of that world. I am just so just upset with what we may have done that I chucked the gem in the mud.
No.
So Bree chucks
Bree.
the.
Bree's a cultist. No.
Do you want to roll? Give me a roll for that. Are you trying to get it into the mud?
Yeah.
Like directly? Okay. Give me
I
a roll for
100% believe by the change in the visions of what happened that we are bad people.
Oh,
And
no.
I rolled a 19.
Yeah, you roll it right in the direction of the cultist, and it hits the sludge and mud right in front of him, and he just smiles with great pleasure and starts chanting, puts his hands up, and lets the gem start to sink to the bottom of the sludge pit again. Whose turn is it next?
You guys just hear me mutter, "Let me join the herd."
I'm not sure who was after
Bad
Bree.
news, you guys. Bad news.
That was, I think, is it Joran's turn?
Yeah.
Goes Joran, Hyrock, me, Rizzo, Bree?
Yes,
I think
so
it's-
yeah,
I think
back
it's
to the top of
Jordan's
the order.
turn.
So it'll be Jordan again, yeah, because he rolled highest. Yeah.
Well, I thought I knew what I was going to do, but he went
No.
Still got 1,000 gold that you could get. It's still on the top of that mud.
I mean, how far away from the edge is it?
I mean, you could jump in. I mean, if you really wanted to, you're a human-sized person, so you could just dive for it if you really wanted to.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I'm going for it.
Okay. So the cultist is standing there, and he's just got his hands up, and he's just starting to chant,
I punch him in
"The
the
herd is coming. The herd is coming." And you jump into the sludge, and are you going to grab the gem and pull it out of the sludge, or?
He's standing right in front of the gym, like the dude is like right in front of where it's at.
Oh yeah, he's like right in front of it. He thinks this thing is a done deal at this point.
I'm gonna grab the gem, and I probably can't grab the gem and stab him at the same time, but
No, you can do one or the other.
priorities one is gonna be grab the gem.
He's going to grab the gem. As you grab the gem, you get visions of. You get the original visions that Bree got when she touched the statue.
The good ones.
Of the good ones.
How come I didn't get any visions?
Because you're a rat.
You dirty rat.
Wow.
Hyrock, it's now your turn.
I am going to jump onto my disc, which is currently floating like in the pool of mud.
Sure. Yep.
And I am going to swing my staff at the remaining cultist.
Okay.
Sorry, one of two remaining cultists. Cheddar.
I think there's only one left.
Oh,
there's only
no,
one
there's
left.
two. There's two.
Oh, there's two? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
The eyes
because
of
of
Hyrock,
Cheddar.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
cultist,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
I got a
Oh, yeah,
16. That hits one of the cultists, right?
Yeah, that hits him.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
For 4 points of damage.
Yeah, you hit him and kind of knocks him. He's of course he's holding his hands up, and he's just kind of opening his eyes to see Joran grab the gem out of the sludge, and his eyes kind of get widened, and then you just kind of jump in and just smack him side the head, and he kind of falls back. He just kind of falls back, and you can just see a splash into the mud as he falls backwards. And,
I've had it with
but
all
he's
these
still
mother
not-
effing cultists in his mother effing mud pit.
He's totally in the mud, thinking. Rizzo, what do you do? Oh, it's my turn. So he kind of gets up out of the mud and makes a swing towards Joran, but totally misses because he wants that gem. Rizzo, what are you doing?
Okay, so Joran is in the mud still.
Yep, he's got the gem.
I'm in the mud, but on the disc with Kyrock. And
I believe so. Yep.
I'm probably too far from the edge to jump out of the mud, right?
You could give me a roll and see if you could make it.
Just make sure when you roll, you say parkour.
I would like to. So I actually am realizing that I forgot to use all the gear that I had, and so just in an attempt to do something else, I'm gonna use my grappling hook, and my rope, and I'm going to try and grapple Bree and pull her into the sludge pit. Because how dare you?
That's awesome.
Okay,
I hope this works. This is going to be really cinematic.
Give me a roll for that.
What am I rolling?
Dex. Let's do a Dex roll.
Varti, you throw stuff at me.
16.
16.
Does that hit? Does that hit, Bree? 16.
What are you going against? Like my dex?
Yeah, we'll do
AC
that.
or
Yeah.
AC or dex?
We'll do Dex.
Oh,
Because you
then-
see
can't
Rizzo
touch
like.
this. Yeah, can't touch this.
Why? What is it?
My dex is 17.
Oh.
She's a sneaky.
You try to grapple Bree, and Bree kind of dodges out of the way. And,
Unbelievable.
Cheddar, what are you doing? Besides dodging Rizzo's.
I'm like, wait, you guys don't understand. And I explained to them the difference in the vision that I saw from the first one versus now. I'm
Sure.
like, what we're doing is going to end the earth.
Jordan, you have visions that are to the contrary. What do you think about all this, and what would you like to do next?
I'm getting the heck out of the mud with the gem. You're wrong. We're gonna have all the cheese.
All right. Yeah, you proceed to climb out of the sludge pit, and you start running out of the room, or start to run towards the door to get out of the room. Hyrock, what are you doing?
We still have one surviving, maybe two surviving cultists. I'm going to attempt to finish off the one that I injured first.
Okay.
And I rolled a 17, so that's a hit.
Yeah, that hits.
For 3 more points of damage to him.
Yeah. Do you tell me how you kill him? How you?
Because I'm on the disc and he's probably he was in the pit, right?
Mhm.
I'm just gonna like golf him. I'll just like golf swing him right in the side of the head, just crank.
Yeah, you do that. Yeah, you do that, and he just slowly sinks down into the mud.
One cultist remaining, Bree.
Like shuffling away.
What does Rizzo want to do?
I think I'm gonna try and follow the gem.
Okay.
I don't want him getting out, so I gotta jump out of this mud pit.
Yep.
Back to me.
Sorry, my
Okay.
screen
Yeah,
glitched.
back to you.
All right. Oh, thanks for hanging with us, Jason. I yell to Joran, we ricotta check together what the gem is showing us. Let our friends also see the visions, so we can agree before we leave this place.
Okay. What you're trying to get them to understand, like, what you saw for visions?
I
and-
want Hyrock and Rizzo to touch the gem too, because I want to make sure their visions reflect Joran's and not mine.
Okay. Are you guys going to touch the gem?
I will touch the gem, but as soon as I touch it, I want to grab it and flee.
Hyrock, you see the same good visions that Joran sees.
Can I like steal the gem and run away?
It's up to you. If you want to tussle Joran for it.
I don't think it's gonna go in my favor because I'm a wizard. I don't know. I'll try an opposed strength roll with him. What the hell? I'll try and wrestle it away from him. I got what's my strength? Jeez, where's my strength? Is +1 actually, so I got a 12. Ooh.
Ooh.
Oops. Flew way off. Dirty 20.
Nice. Yeah, you keep a hold of it.
Does he even
Rizzo,
notice that I'm trying to wrestle it away? He's like, "Why are you holding on to it? This is really weird."
Rizzo, would you like to touch this gem as well? No, you don't want to touch it. Okay.
No, I can't. I'm.
Join us, Rizzo. We all
My internet's
float
not-
down here.
Okay.
Oh, I am behind. What's happening? Something happened to my internet.
That's all right. Bree wanted you and Hyrock to touch this gem to see if you got the same visions of good, or what kind of visions that you both are getting when you touch this gem.
And I touched it, and then I tried to wrestle it away from Joran so that I could flee with it, but I have absolutely no strength to do that with, so it did not go in my favor.
You are not going to touch it at all.
No, I don't want to touch it.
Okay.
All right, I trust the wizard. So if he says he's getting good visions, like Joran, then I believe that we're not being fooled. So I'm good with taking the stone out of here and booking it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's 2 against 1. Let's go get the cheddar.
That's right.
Yeah. You then leave
Cheddar.
the dungeon with this gem, and it has all sorts of powers to either create goodness or in life, or it can totally destroy this planet or this world that you're in.
Oh, so we can do either.
Depends.
Okay.
It depends on who acquires it, and yeah. Well, are you going to sell it, or are you going to get the 1,000 gold pieces and hope that whoever it ends up with does the right thing? But you guys,
I think we take it
become
back to the
rich?
church.
Well, will the church give us money out of it?
I would hope so, because it's probably worth.
Will the
that
church
to
give us
them.
some blue liquids, some little Baja Blast?
Some Baja
Berry
Blast.
Yeah.
The Berry Blast. Yeah, I'm sure that they probably wouldn't mind. Yeah, well, they'll make you a really fair offer for this gem.
Saint Taragnus is a benevolent saint, I suppose. I'm told.
Yeah, if we get a good
It
offer,
all depends.
I'm
Yeah.
with.
What we learned out of this is Bree is like, oh my gosh,
Easily
it's
influenced?
late. No, Lord of the Rings, where if she got the ring, it would be bad.
Yeah,
Lady,
Galadriel.
yes,
Oh, Galadriel. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I held the gem, even though my
Oh,
original
yeah.
intentions were good.
Yeah.
I would have led you all to fire and
Yeah.
destruction.
Exactly.
Because
Exactly.
Looking at the ring.
All
there-
shall love me and
Yeah.
despair.
Exactly. All shall feed me cheese and despair.
So yeah. So that's Sanctum of the Elephant God.
After that embarrassing wizard fight, I was not confident in our outcome.
Same.
No, I will tell you that it could have gone much worse for you.
I'm not
At the end?
surprised. If he hadn't flubbed a few of his spells, we would have been baked early.
There were a couple things that I bypassed just because Cheddar got so much stompage early on. So yeah, it was good that we were
Those
able
stealth
to,
kills were pretty clutch, yeah.
I do
yeah.
have a question. Do we think
Sure.
this is the cheesiest game of Shadowdark that's been played?
Oh,
It's
bar none.
gotta be.
It's
It's
gotta
gotta be.
It's gonna be.
Yeah,
It'll probably
It's
age.
go-
it's gonna be.
It's
gonna age
gonna
well?
be.
I mean,
So yeah,
It can't not be. No, there's no way.
Right.
I defy anyone else to be cheesier than this.
Thank you so much for running, Doug. That was awesome.
yeah, thank you, Doug.
yeah. Thanks for
Yeah,
thanks for
man.
having.
This
Thanks to
was-
everybody for joining us.
I'm surprised how many torches we went through. I was getting a little bit concerned. I was waiting for
Well-
like us to have no torches left, and then I lost my light
You
spell,
guys-
so I was like, ooh.
You guys definitely took the long way through this dungeon.
We made all the wrong choices.
I didn't anticipate you guys going through every single passageway of this dungeon. And while I read this whole dungeon once, I was like, oh well, they'll definitely hit this one. They'll hit this one. They'll hit this one. I'll make sure that I know these areas. I was like, oh yeah, what does this area do again? I forgot. And then I was like, oh yeah, no, I gotta. Yeah, I didn't think that you would go into that one room with especially early on, with all those coins on the floor. But anyway, thanks everybody for joining us. Thank you for the players for playing. If you enjoyed this, if you watched it all this way, hit that like button down below. And remember, winning shouldn't be the only victory. Yeah.
Just for the winning with the only victory condition, people should see our take one last time.
People should see our what?
Our
The
tank.
The picture of Rizzo.
Oh yeah,
One
you want to
last
see?
time.
Oh yeah. Sorry, it took me a second to.
Rizzo
Yeah,
the magnificent warrior.
Rizzo. When
Just-
when
Remember
When-
that Rizzo's motto is winning should never be the only victory condition when you get to a table.
wow, I don't. Yikes.
That's awesome.
That's exactly what I saw as soon as she told me that her character's name was Rizzo. But thanks everyone for joining us. We will see you all next time. Have a great night. Bye now.
Boy.
Yeah.
Bye.